Good morning, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Good morning. We're getting ready to start. Can I have everyone's attention, please? Thank you. Welcome to our April 16, 2026 Special Magistrate hearing for the Building Division. If there's anyone who wishes to speak in today's proceedings, please stand and raise your right hand. This is for everyone who's standing in line as well. You must be sworn in to speak at today's proceedings. Thank you. Do you swear and affirm to tell the truth at today's proceedings? Yes. Thank you. You all may be seated. At this time, please silence all of your devices. And our first case, Senior Inspector Preston Mark, on page 19. Property address 4440 Northwest 15th Ave. Owner Karush Jaggi. Case number BE 2603-0121. Notice posted at the property on 3/25/26. Notice posted at 1 East Royal Boulevard on 4/2/26.
Good morning, sir. Can you state your name for the record, please?
Good morning, Magistrate. Karush Jaggi.
Okay, let me hear from the city, please.
Preston Mark, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. The city was cited as property for violation under City Ordinance Section 9-1D. Any violations of the Florida Building Code shall be a violation of this section and punishable as provided.
Hold on. Can you guys turn that screen? There you go. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay.
Yep, much better. Thanks.
There is construction work at the property that was started or completed without obtaining the required permits, consisting of the following but not limited to building, plumbing, electrical, zoning, interior renovations without permits, including the garage build out into an apartment and the building out of a shed at the back of the property. There was a stop work order posted on the property, and the owner has refused to give access to the police officer to inspect the property, ensuring that no work was continuing. The case was opened 3/17/2026. Inspection report mailed 3/20/2026. Special magistrate notice mailed 3/23/2026. I visited the property and investigated the complaint as noted, and met with Mr. Contrell Andrews, a tenant who gave access to inspect the property. During my inspection, I observed that the garage was converted into a livable unit, including a kitchenette, bathroom, and also there was a shed at the back of the property which was being built out, which included framing, electrical, plumbing, windows and doors being installed. With the assistance of the tenant, I was able to speak with the owner, who said that he was at work and was on the way home to have a conversation with me. While waiting the arrival, another resident came out through the garage and stated that I cannot be on the property without a warrant. And thus, I returned to my vehicle and waited for the owner to arrive. I thereafter contacted my department chief and assistant building official to explain the situation, and they contacted the police for assistance, who arrived shortly thereafter. While waiting for the police, the officer who were dispatched to the home, I felt the situation required their assistance, so I waited for them to arrive before confronting the owner. The officers requested inspection of the property to confirm that no work was being done, but the owner refused to give access and to confirm that the work was continuing at the back of the property. Officer Blunt is here to provide any further details. Our records show that no permit was pulled for the work cited, and there were several past complaints and violations on this property. At present, there is an open case for plumbing issue at the property, which is pending under the Department of Code Compliance. There's also 2 other cases that were opened on this property for the garage being rented that was opened back in 2022 and 2/8/2022 and 8/2022. The city is requesting that the magistrate find that the violations exist and to grant the property owner 35 days to come in compliance or a fine of $1,000 a day due to the safety concerns and the fact that the stop work order was being violated. The respondent is here to speak.
Your Honor, would you like to hear from the officer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Officer, you could just state your name and explain your involvement with this particular violation, please.
Officer Brian Blunt, B-L-O-U-N-T. I was advised that building inspection was out at a location in the city, and I responded in reference to the location and the issues that were going on, made contact with the owner and the building inspector, advised the owner that we needed to go inside the property to inspect the property. He refused. I actually placed him in the handcuffs at one point and told him he was in violation of a stop work order. I left it up to the building inspector to make a final decision on what we were going to do. At that point, he said he was going to return back to his boss and get some more direction on what was going on. I uncuffed the gentleman, explained to him that he needed to comply. We were going to come back. That's pretty much my involvement with the issue there.
All right. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So I have a statement. Can I give this to you?
Sure. Maybe I already have it. All right, you know what? Give me a second to look at it before you read it, okay? You know, I asked you to state you're the owner of the property, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, go ahead. Yes, sir.
Yep. So I have a few things that I have done to get in compliance. The remediation steps are as follows. The property has been under management, third-party management since March 2025. I was out of the country. I have terminated the agreement with this property management company given their gross violation of our agreement and allowing this in my absence. I have also updated Officer Mark as well regarding the progress. Further, I have served an eviction notice to vacate against the occupant found living in a room in the garage. The eviction proceedings will be underway with Broward County without delay. I have retained Evolution Drafting LLC to assist with proper demolition of unpermitted structures. I also have a request from magistrate and officer. Request for extension. April 12th was the date on the notice, so Officer Preston and respected magistrate kindly requesting extension for getting everything into compliance since it seems to be a process to bring the matter into compliance. Also on compassionate grounds, I have a knee surgery coming up. The report is attached, and this will need a few weeks. Requesting an extension of, if possible, 180 days to reach final compliance due to legal timeline of the eviction and my personal surgical recovery. And then second request is requesting Officer Mark and respected magistrate to find this as a first violation instead of a repeat violation. As mentioned in the note, the prior case cited is CE 2012-1042 from Feb 2021, which is also attached, and is regarding a wood fence I had installed, and the violation was complied within a couple of weeks of getting the, just getting the appropriate permit, and it was handled.
Okay. So you want to respond?
Yeah, we can confirm that the fence was not, we can consider the fence as not being part of repeat violations. So we will hold to the $100 a day fine and, $1,000 a day fine, and the extension or the time to comply, that's up to the magistrate.
All right, so the reason that you're asking for $1,000 a day is because of the gravity of the violations, right? Serious threat to the public health, safety, and welfare?
That's correct, Your Honor, as well as the continuance of work beyond the stop work order.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to hold the fine at that amount, but I'm going to give him additional time to come into compliance. Not 180 days, but I was thinking 56 days to come into compliance. And then a notice to reappear, an order to reappear.
Okay.
Do that. What would the 56 days? What would the hearing date be? No, I don't want to go that far.
Sir,
Yeah.
a consideration, if I'm, let's say I get the surgery, I will be on bed rest. I just am concerned about showing up. Will I be able to do on Zoom? Is that possible?
No, I don't think we're going to be able to set up a Zoom. All right. Well, so what are the violations again that are? I know you violated this. In the city's position is that he violated the stop work order. But beyond that, what are the violations?
Work without permit. He
Yeah.
actually built out the garage which is being rented, and he was in the process of building out a shed at the back of the home. Apparently, there are other areas of the house that is built out. We have not been able to get access to those. If you'd like, maybe he can give me access so I can inspect the entire property to
Can you
see
give
if
him
there's any
access?
other violations.
So just to be on the record, when I arrived,
No, can you give him access?
yeah, I mean, we can go through the motions and give full access. Absolutely. And
Okay, all right, just stop for a second.
Sir-
So if they, just a minute.
Okay,
So
sorry.
if they give him access, you okay with that?
Yes?
All right, so what do we, give me a recommendation on a time frame then.
I mean, he's saying he has surgery. You know, we can stick with the 91 days.
All right, let me tell you something. This strikes me as a somewhat unusual case. You know, I get police officers here to testify, and I'm listening to the history of this thing. I'm going to take you at your face value. I'm going to take it that you're actually going to give them access. I'm going to take it that you're going to work to do the things that you said here, which is to do an eviction notice and to comply this thing out. So I'm a little bit hesitant with 91. I'm going to go with it because I'm going to listen to what you're telling me and take it on good faith. So I'm going to give the respondent until July 16th to come into compliance or face a fine of $1,000 a day, and it would be ordered to reappear would be held when? The 16th of July? Yes. Okay, all right?
thank you, Madam.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 23, Senior Inspector Jorge Martinez. Property address 27 Isla Bahia Drive. Case number BE 2402-0035. Owner Susan R. Simons, Simons 2024 Irrevocable Trust, and all others. This case was first heard on 7/17/25 to comply by 11/20/25. Fine suspended as noted. One section not complied at $50. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $2,750, which continues to accrue.
Good morning, ma'am. State your name for the record, please.
Karen Rivera.
Okay.
Inspector Martinez updating case on behalf of the city. Case
I'm
number
sorry, just in your relation, you're not the owner?
No, I have a power of attorney.
Okay. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Inspector Martinez updating case on behalf of the city. Case number and address as read. This case is not in compliance. I'm going to let the respondent speak.
Go ahead, yes.
Yes, good morning. I was a day late calling him for an extension, So I missed the hearing because no one notified us about the hearing. And so he put us on this hearing, so hopefully that we'll be able to stop the fines until I finish the variance. I have everything turned in. I'm doing a variance on the carport. We had to hire an engineer, we had to hire an architect, and it took a long time to get everything
Okay, let
together.
me ask you, so have they applied for a variance?
Apparently, yes.
And when would that be heard, do you think?
I'm not sure.
I just got an email today that
Yeah.
if I get a couple of things done on the application, I'll be able to go into the June 10th meeting of
Okay.
board. So that's.
I mean, the case started back in
24.
July of last
I know,
year.
but I've only been hired for a short time to help her,
Okay.
and we started the variance a while
If you
back.
get the variance, how quickly can you take care of it? The violation?
Well, once the variance is done, we already have everything done in the building department for a permit. We just need the variance to get fully approved.
All right, June, all right. Let's do 91 days, come into compliance. I'll suspend the fines during that period of time. That would put you back on the agenda on July 16th, which would be after your Board of,
I
zoning
appreciate
board.
that. Thank you
All
so
right,
much,
good
sir.
luck to
Have a
you.
great day.
Our next case is also on page 23, Inspector Severian Onescu, property address 3055 East Commercial Boulevard, owner East Commercial Boulevard Property LLC, case number BE 2502-0026. This case was first heard on 7/17/25. To comply by 9/18/25. Fine suspended as noted, one section not complied at $100. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $18,100, which continues to accrue.
Good morning, state your name for the record, please.
Mark Mucci.
Okay. And your relationship to the property, are you the owner?
No, sir, I'm the attorney.
Okay.
Good morning, Your Honor. This case is not complied. The city is requesting for the magistrate to impose the fines. I will allow the respondent to speak.
Yes.
Yes, we were last before you back in December of last year. At that point in time, we requested an additional 30 days within which to bring the property into compliance. Since that time, if you look at the records, everything that the city has asked of my client, they provided diligently. There were two permits that we were required. One was a mechanical permit, and one was the electrical permit. As recently as April 10th of this month, they requested the name of the subcontractor for the electrical permit. We provided that within 14 days. We are very close to obtaining all the necessary documentation needed for both of the permits. All we're asking is for an additional 30 days within which to bring the property into compliance. My client has worked diligently since December, and we just requested it.
Okay.
So
City
30
opposed?
days.
I don't oppose, no.
Okay. All right, so 30 days would take us, we'll do 35 days, take us to May 21st. And then in order to reappear on that date, if necessary, if you're not in compliance, I'll suspend the fines during that period of time.
Very good.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, yeah.
Our next case is on page 12, Inspector Severian Onescu, property address 505 North Fort Lauderdale Beach Hotel, owner Q Club Hotel LLC, case number BE 25110158. Notice delivered via personal service on 3/26/26. Notice posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 4/2/26.
Morning, state your name for the record, please.
Lawrence Zarin.
Okay.
Severian Onescu, building inspector for the city. This case is for an expired permit. The case is not complied. The city is asking for an extension of 126 days and $50 per day thereafter. I will allow the respondent to speak.
Yes, sir.
Yes, there is 3 open violations on this particular case. One of them actually closed 3 weeks ago. So there is, the only reason was that after clearing everything that we were trying to clear the fire panel and couldn't do so because of some errors on the fire panel. We had to order some new smoke detectors that were stuck in Dubai and have delivered recently, and here we are. So we just need a little bit more time to clear the errors on the fire panel in order to close the permit.
So I'm a little bit, the city's, did you say
126 days.
126 days? And you think you can come into compliance how quickly?
About 90 days, I think we
we'll
need
do
to. We
120.
need to replace about 600 smoke detectors in order to clear all the errors.
Okay, I'm going to find that the violation exists. That doesn't seem to be in dispute. The respondent will be given to August 20th to come into compliance or face fine of $50 a day. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Magistrate.
Our next case is a new business case on page 1, Senior Inspector Alexander Boris, property address 1524 Southeast 13th Street, owner 1524 Southeast 13th Street LLC, case number BE 26020075. Notice posted at the property on 2/26/26. Notice posted at 1 East Riley Boulevard on 4/2/26.
Good morning.
Good morning. Can you state your name for the record, please?
My name is Hortio Mukonkole, and I'm a realtor representing my
You're
client.
the realtor?
Yes.
Is the owner here?
No, he's not, but I do have a power like a affidavit to
Are
represent
these
him.
gentlemen with you?
They are the seller, the buyers. They can because Ms. Rwandasan requested them if they can come.
I'm sorry, the potential buyers?
Yes, but
But
yes.
they're not the buyers now.
Yeah, no.
You have a contract?
Yeah, we do have a
Yeah, but
contract.
okay, but a contract's a contract, yeah, but, okay, all right, I got it. Thank you.
Inspector Martinez, on behalf of Alexander Albores, for the city, presenting case number not addressed as read. This property was cited for violation of City Ordinance 9-259. This building is unfit for human habitation. Building or structure that, in the opinion of the building official, are become unsafe or which have been substantially damaged or otherwise shall be deemed unsafe buildings, and a permit shall be obtained to demolish the structure or bring the building to comply with the applicable codes. There is the deterioration of the structure or structural parts. The permit BLD RNC 2009-0003 has expired prior to completion and prior to the certificate of occupancy being issued. The city is requesting that in the next 60 days, the owner applies for the required permits to bring the property into compliance with signed and sealed submittal documents from a licensed design professional, including an accurate itemized cost to restore the structure to meet standard for human occupancy and to meet minimum house standards, or apply for a demolition permit to demolish the unsafe, unhabitable structure, including all accessory structures on the parcel. In the event the owner does not apply for the permits and move forward with the rehabilitation or demolition of the property, the city will move forward with the demolition, including all accessory structures on the parcel at owner's expense, and may lien the property to recover the demolition cost.
All right, let me ask you a couple questions. I mean, basically what you're saying is the compliance would be the issuance of the permit if they were to file for permits to do the improvement?
Yes.
Or the issuance of the demolition permit? It's not that you're going to look for compliance on the ground. You're going to look for compliance with the issuance of either permit, right?
Correct.
And how many days were you looking to do that?
60.
56.
56.
And failing that, Your Honor, as the inspector testified,
Right.
we'd like the order to reflect that the city has the right to demolish the property.
Okay.
So if I could just give you a little background,
Yeah.
Your Honor, as you can see, and for the record, Ronald Montoya Hassan with the City Attorney's Office, you can see that the inspector referenced a permit that was from many, many years ago. The neighborhood has consistently called out the city. I myself have walked the property because of the unfinished state of the structure. The city has remediated recently the front yard, covered the pool. There is a pool, small pool in the back that's poured, but it was open and
Just a minute.
Yeah.
there was no fence. The property owner was under a foreclosure action. The individual that was the principal of the corporate owner filed personal bankruptcy not once but twice to stave off the foreclosure sale. Understanding through various emails from the realtor that there is a legitimate buyer, we had suggested that they come and attend, because we've heard over the years that yes, there's a buyer to the property, yes, there's a buyer to the property, but at the end of the day, if there's not very diligent action, to move forward with the property. That's why the city is asking for the relief to demolish it based upon the disparate impact to that neighborhood for many, many years.
Yes, let me hear from the property owner, or from the contractor first.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the property, like Ms. Rhonda said, we did do the inspection with the structural engineer, which I'm sure they sent a report to her office. They say everything was okay. The only thing, yes, there's a few wood has to be cured, which we wanted to do that. I was in contact with Mr. Pascal for over 4 months. We went to the city, to the building department. All of them said they can't issue the permit unless the lock on the property, they resolve it. So we had a buyer on the contract for over 4 months. He's ready to close and to cure everything, but we've been waiting. We can't do any work or do anything unless they take the lock of the property. It's been 4 months, I think. We've been going back and forth, still nothing. Which we.
So let me ask. So permit applications are already in. Is that right?
Yes, but they expired.
They expired. Okay. So I know there was several years ago that the permits. So there's no new applications in.
No, we took the application and everything. They can give us. We can renew the permit as long as we can't do anything as long as there's a lock on the property. We tried for the past 4 months. We've been going back and forth. There's emails.
You can't do anything because of why?
Because there's a
There's a lock on the permits, Your Honor.
So we can't do anything.
Just a minute. Okay, just one at a time.
There's
Yes.
a lock on the permit for various reasons. One, again, there was a foreclosure sale that was imminent. There was also a quitclaim deed executed in between all of the bankruptcies from one corporate entity to another, which was still the same gentleman.
But let me
Part of the, if I could, just part of the requirements of the city was to address the open conditions of the property. When you go in, the front doors often, you literally can just walk through. There's no, it's open air, almost like an open air lobby. So there was a letter submitted to the city that just talked about the walls. The violation, which was BE 25090099, asked for a signed and sealed letter from the engineer of record to talk about the degraded wood conditions. So the letter that was submitted by the realtor / current property owner was found to be deficient for a number of reasons. So there is a lock on that in terms of the current property owner renewing them. If a new property owner comes in with a new engineer of record, does a change of contractor, et cetera, then yes, we'll work with them, and it's.
All right, let me just understand that. You're looking for an order today that gives them 60 days to either get a permit to do the construction work or to a permit to demo the property.
56 days, yes, Your Honor.
56 days. But the current property owner can't get that permit. Is that right?
Not at this time, no.
They have not satisfied the requirements, the regulatory requirements for the other open building violation to provide.
So to comply with the order would be, I think, mandatory to have the property transferred from one person to another. Is that right?
To a certain extent, or for the current property owner, which again, the principle of which was pretty clear to myself, to the assistant building official, others, that he did not have the financial means to move forward with the project. No active construction work has happened on that property for years.
Right.
Based on the affidavit that allowed the realtor to speak, the principal is back in California, which is where he's from, and the affidavit was executed in California. So,
Your Honor, can we also get clarification, because I've heard different versions. Again, Joseph Pasquarello, assistant building official. If we can just get some clarification on the stakeholders in this case. My understanding is that the original owner is still involved, and that he simply has investors and an agreement with investors. And now I'm understanding is there's a new owner involved. So
no, not a new owner. There's a contract for sale.
Can I speak just for a second, Your Honor?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
State your name for the record.
My name is Frank Amsterdam.
Okay.
I'm a broker. I represent the buyer.
Is this the buyer behind you?
Yes, his name is Kareem
Okay.
Nassai.
All right.
So My client's been in real estate for over 30 years, buying, selling real estate. He just finished a 50,000 square foot home in Southwest Ranches that he just sold. His money's in the 1031 exchange. This is one of the properties that he was looking at, and he's going to use those funds for the 1031 exchange. He's looking to bring, he has his own team.
When would the sale take place in your mind?
As soon as you give us the green light, and we're
What do you
sure.
mean? I don't.
No, I'm saying as soon as we know that there will be no issues with liens, that the permits can be open. He has some modification plans that he wants to bring in. In 90 days, his permits will be done. Within a year after that, the property, he's going to work on it right away.
There isn't going to be any permits until we get a new property owner, apparently, right?
Basically.
So
right, but
I'm asking for is, it looks like to me, they're asking me to issue an order that gives this owner of the property 60 days to either get a permit for improvements or to do 60 days to get a demo permit, okay? So what I'm trying to figure out is, when is your anticipated sale? Would he then, just stop for a second.
Yeah.
Just listen to what I'm saying. And,
I'm listening.
You know, I mean, you look like you're trying to respond before I even get
Go
there.
ahead.
It seems to me that you're going to have a sale fairly quickly, because the owner's going to have to, the new owner would have to get in there in place, apply for the permits, get them issued within 60 days. Why do you tell me no?
No, because we're looking to close next week.
When?
Next week.
Okay, that's what I was asking.
Yes.
That's what I was looking for.
So as soon as we...
just for the record, I'm going to note, you're not really a party to this. I understand that you're giving me this information for informational purposes. I'm taking it under advisement for that purpose, but you're not really a party. So the only parties I have is the city and the property owner who's not here. But, all right. Let me ask you, what's your opinion on the city's requested order and how it affects your sale?
Well, here's the thing. If the permits, first of all, if we can't get any permits, what's the purpose in buying the property? So that was one of the issues that was resolved. The second issue, the attorney represented that the city went and cleaned everything. It was actually my client that spent money to already do it as a token of good faith. He spent $800 to get a crew in there to clean up the property. I think this was last week.
Yeah.
So he's looking to fix the property, make it nice, and sell it. He did a beautiful home.
I got it. Thank you. Does that give you any clarification or not?
I mean, there was an effort to clean the front of the property. There was some things that could have been done better, but there was an effort in that regard. It was an $800 investment. It certainly doesn't necessarily show that, everything else is going to fall into place. But I just want to make it clear because, again, is the previous owner involved at all, or?
No, the previous. That's why I have a contract to show like we were supposed to close a few weeks ago, but we couldn't do it because there's a lock on the property. That means we can't even do anything on the property. That's why we were requesting if they can take the lock so they can give us time to close so we can cure everything.
With the lock on?
Yeah, of course.
Do you have a new contractor?
That's why I have the new contract with the closing date. We're supposed to be.
Okay, so just keep in mind, a change of contractor will need to take place as well.
Do you guys have an unsafe structure board?
No.
It comes here.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask the building official, is the property a serious threat to the public health, safety, and welfare? One of the things they're asking in this order, it's got multiple parts, it looks like. Basically, one would be that they could apply for a permit and to get to work, and then that would start that process. The second one, just let me finish. The second
one. It does meet the criteria as an unsafe structure. It's a nuisance to the property.
Okay.
It's gotten a lot of negative attention. Previous property owner taking baths outside.
Yeah, but I mean, but the condition of the property
and the condition of the property has just been deteriorating, being exposed to the weather.
Okay.
We got wood that's exposed to the weather and it's deteriorating.
If they don't get a permit for either improvements or demolition, it's your recommendation that the property be demolished.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Correct.
Based on the condition of the property as
Correct.
you know it now?
Correct.
Okay. All right, I'm inclined to go with the recommended order by the city. It seems to make some sense based on everything that I'm hearing. I'm going to find that the violation exists. That's pretty clear. The respondent will be given 56 days to come into compliance. What's the recommended fine amount?
There's no fine.
No fine.
Because again, the alternate relief, Your Honor, is that if the property...
If they don't come into compliance, you're going to tear the building down?
Yes, sir.
Right, okay. So there'll be 60 days to either get a permit to do the improvements, 60 days to get a demo permit to take it down. That would be the choice of the respondent. Or in the alternative, after that date, the city's authorized to take the steps necessary to take the building down.
Can I?
Just a minute. Do you want an order to reappear to see where it's at?
We could, Your Honor.
Let's do that.
Can I just, one question. How does this affect the buyer if we sell?
I'll let you, I'm not going to give you any advice on that. It's not my role. I'll let you talk to staff about how that goes. I mean, this order, I'm dealing with an order for the respondent. I know you're a potential buyer. I got it.
No, that's all I wanted
I'm
to know.
good. Thank you. All right. Again, I know it's a bit repetitious, but the order is going to be that the respondent's going to be given 60 days to get a permit. 56 days. 56 days to get a permit to either do the improvements or, in an alternative, to get a demolition permit to take the building down. If neither of those things happen within the 56 days, the city is authorized to move forward to take steps necessary to demolish the property. And there'll be an order to reappear for the June 11th.
No.
Either or July 16th.
If we go 63 days, is there a June 18th? I'm
No.
sorry, so what hearing would?
July 16th.
Which would be 91 days.
Yeah.
He will not be doing fines, but time will pass.
Yeah, but this,
Your Honor, what we could do is, based upon the time frame that the city would really like to stick to, we could add this to the June 9th hearing, which is a code hearing,
sure,
which
you
is
can do
2
that.
days before, and that way,
yeah, let's do that.
if the,
I know the staffs like to have, there's different hearings.
right,
They're
but that
both
way,
public hearings, they're
if the permits are
quasi-judicial.
in,
Sure.
if they've made progress, then Your Honor could grant more time at that time.
Yeah, we can see where we're at.
Yeah.
Hopefully, so when would the hearing be?
It would be June 9th. It would be
Okay, so it'd be in order to
on June
reappear
9th.
on the June 9th hearing.
So
Okay?
that means we can go to the to renew the permit because
I'll let you talk, look, I mean, I think the order is pretty simple and straightforward. You either apply for permits and get them to do improvements, or in the alternative, you do get a demolition permit to take it down, or if those two things don't happen, then the city's authorized to move forward and take the building down. The rest of it, if you got questions, you can talk to staff about it. All right, thanks a lot, appreciate it.
Our next case is on page 27, Senior Inspector Jose Saragusti, property address 1620 Southwest 5th Street, case number BE 241.
Thank you.
00109, owner Yana Mearson. This case was first heard on 7/17/25 to comply by 11/20/25. Fine suspended as noted. One section not complied at $50. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $4,550, which continues to accrue.
Good morning, state your name for the record, please.
My name is Yana Mearson.
Okay, I'm here from the city.
Building Inspector Andrew Gebbia, presenting case for Jose Saragusti, Senior Building Inspector for the city, presenting case number as read. This case is not complied. The respondent is here to speak.
Yes.
Well, the permit is open and valid, and everything's ready. The only thing left is my tenant's structure in the backyard that was...
Which structure in the backyard?
Yeah, the
Tiki hut.
Tiki hut, okay, I'm sorry, go ahead.
So,
Why is it, this case started in July of last year? Why did it take so long?
I didn't have a plan, and it took a lot of time to hire an architect and make it, and that's why it took so long.
So, the permits have been, you got a permit, permits have been issued for the Tiki
Yes,
hut?
the permit is issued for this case. From my understanding, it is agreed upon between these people and Jose that they're going to rip this down by the time the house is for sale on June 15th.
Okay.
Yeah, remove the tiki hut.
Speak for a minute. I'm the tenant. So we bought.
No, actually, if you step back, please, you're the tenant, okay? So you're not a party to the proceeding. I'm going to keep the record straight. They have a permit, they don't have a demo, they need a demo permit to take the tiki hut down?
No.
Okay, all right. So what your recommended order is what now?
We don't oppose a 63-day extension.
Okay, I'll do 63 extension. suspend the fines during that period of time. Do you want to do an order to reappear or not?
No.
No? I don't think so either. Thank you.
Your Honor, can I speak?
You're the tenant. You're not a
Your
party
Honor, I
to.
bought that. It's not a permanent fixture. It's a temporary.
No, I'm not going to readdress. All right, thank you, thanks. There's already an existing order. All right, let's go. Next order.
Our next case is on page 8. Inspector Jimmy Lugo, property address 2140 Imperial Point Drive, owner Jonathan P. and Lori Katz, case number BE25110019. Notice posted at the property on 3/25/26. Notice posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard on 4/2/26.
Good morning.
Good morning.
State your name for the record, please.
Lori Katz.
Okay.
Good morning. Jimmy Lugo, building inspector for the city, presenting the case and address as read. This property was cited for violation under FBC 2023-105.1, work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to: driveway installed without the permit. The case was opened on November the 4th, 2025. The inspection report was mailed on 11/4/2025, and the magistrate hearing was scheduled on December 12, 2025. During the site visit on 11/4/2025, it was observed that the contractor was conducting work without the required permit. A stop work order was issued. The following violation was noted: driveway in front of the property was done without the permit. The status of the permit as of right now, it says awaiting permit issuance, and I checked the permit today in the morning. So the city is requesting the magistrate to find that the violation still exists and to grant the property owner 91 days to come into compliance, or a fine of $50 per day thereafter. I will allow the respondent to speak.
Yes. Anything you want to add?
I'm just requesting an extension of 91 days to comply with everything that needs to be done.
Yeah, this is just a technical point. Extension isn't really what is going to happen here. There's going to be an order that's going to give you 91 days, but if that order isn't complied with, there'll be a fine of $50 a day after the 91 days. An extension, in my mind, really would be a continuance, which is not what I'm going to do. So I'm going to find that the violation exists. The respondent will be given 91 days to come into compliance or face fine of $50 a day. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 21. Inspector Wilson Quintero Jr., property address 1430 Northeast 62nd Street, owner Nisette, thank you.
Good morning.
Nisette C. Garcia Gonzalez, case number BE24070394. This case was first heard on 8/21/25 to comply by 10/23/25. One section not complied at $50. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $8,700, which continues to accrue.
Good morning. State your name for the record, please.
My name is Nisette Gonzalez, Your Honor.
Okay. I hear from the city, please.
Good morning. Inspector Wilson Quintero Jr. presenting on behalf of the city. Case and address as read. This case was first heard on 10/23/2025, where Magistrate Flynn found for the city and ordered 63 days to come into compliance for violation 9-1D. Reinspection conducted on 10/27/2025 revealed the violation remained, and daily fines began to accrue. As of April 7, 2026, I was able to confirm the violation remains and fines continue to accrue. City is requesting full imposition.
Is there a permit application in?
The permit application was purged due to no activity, so
there's no application now?
As of right now, there's no, she has to start over.
Yes.
Sir, I had hired an attorney, an architect engineer.
Right.
And when I received the mail from the city that you need to do 75% transparency, mulching and everything, the engineer that I contracted before did not return my calls. So I've been trying to hire someone to revise the drafting plan. But I've been in contact with the city of Port Lauderdale every month. I've been calling them, what's going on? I need to get this done. They told me they cannot provide me with a new architect or a new engineer.
No, they're not going to, look, with all due respect,
so
they're not
that's what
going to
I'm
give you the
trying to
name
do.
of.
But I'm
It's your
also working, sir.
responsibility.
I know, sir, but I'm also working And the problem is I put the fence for safety reason.
Okay, here's the deal.
Yes, sir.
It started in August of last year. We
Yes,
don't
sir.
even have a valid application in. I know you're telling me you're having a hard time. It's not their responsibility to give you an architect or an engineer. That's kind of,
I know,
that's
sir.
nonsense. It's your responsibility. So what I'm looking for, I don't really have, I'm trying to find some way to give you some additional time, but what I've got in front of me is that virtually nothing's happened since August, at
No.
least from paperwork, since August of last year. So
No, sir. I've been contacting the city, and I have an
what do you
email.
want? Just, I'm a little baffled. What do you want the city to do?
I want the city to like give me more time because I could not find the drawer, someone to draft the drawing. The architect that I've been trying to talk, they said they need to revise everything, charge me $3,000, $5,000. I'm like, no way. I will not be
All right.
paying for that for a revision of 75% transparency
Okay,
and landscaping.
all right, thank you, ma'am. I'm gonna certify the fine. Thank you.
May I please have an extension, sir, again?
I don't have anything. You're not telling me anything concrete. Here's the thing. It's been August of last year. And no, stop. Just listen to me.
Yes, sir.
Everybody wants to talk before I. You've been telling me I can't find an architect. It's been a year almost. Okay, half a year, 8 months. There isn't any progress here. I'm going to give you some additional time. I'm not going to give you much. And it's not the city's responsibility to give you an architect or an engineer. It's your responsibility. You're the owner of the property. I'm going to extend the time for 56 days. Is there a hearing in June 11th? No. All right, we're back to that. How many? 35. Yeah, with an order to reappear. I'm going to extend it 35 days for an order to reappear
Sir,
on May 21st.
please do 56 days.
No, I'm doing 35. You can come here. If you've got an architect, maybe the time can be extended. If you've got to show some real progress.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Thank
All
you.
right, thank
Appreciate
you.
it. Thank you.
Our next case is on page 26. Senior Inspector Jose Saragusti, property address 633 Northwest 15th Ave. Owner, Rovash Properties LLC. Case number BE 241-00057. This case was first heard on 7/17/25 to comply by 11/20/25. Fines suspended as noted. One section not complied at $100. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $9,100, which continues to accrue.
Good morning. You state your name for the record, please.
Good morning. Hope Calhoun, Land Use Counsel for the property owner.
Okay. Thank you.
Building Inspector Andrew Gebbia, presenting this case for Senior Building Inspector Jose Saragusti, Inspector for the City, presenting case and address is read. This case is not complied. The respondent is here to speak.
Yes.
Yes, the case is not, we're close to compliance. We had tenants. The short version is we had tenants in, we had to evict.
Okay.
They have now moved out. There was a reinspection, I think Saturday or Sunday. We are asking for 35 days now that the tenants are gone to finish making the modifications to the interior of the building. So we're asking for 35 days to be able to do that.
The city does not oppose the 35 days.
It's not opposed. Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah, I think that seems reasonable. Do you
And an
wanna do
understanding also that the plumbing fixtures need to be removed within that time.
Yes, that's the interior work.
You want to
yes.
do an order to reappear or not?
No.
Okay. I'll extend the time for 35 days. That would be May 21st. I'll suspend the fines during that period of time.
Thank you very much.
Good luck.
Just
Thank
make
you.
sure you contact Inspector Saragusti.
When it's done. Yes, thank you. Have a great one. Good to see you.
Our next case is on page 13. Inspector Severian Anescu. Property address 1192 Seminole Drive. Owner Diane and Dominic R. Farrell. Case number BE 251201115.
I'm sorry, what page is that on?
13 at the
13.
top.
Okay,
Notice
thank you.
posted at the property on 3/25/26. Notice posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard and 4/2/26.
Skip that.
Oh,
We're
sorry,
just
sir.
gonna Pass you for 1 minute, sir.
Yeah,
I'm
the
sorry.
inspector's not ready yet. One moment.
Okay.
Okay?
We'll call you.
We'll call you
You'll
back.
be next.
Jorge Martinez is present? Okay.
Is this
On page 24. Oh, there's Severian right there.
All right.
Okay,
He's back.
sir.
Lucky day.
Yes, it is.
1192 Seminole Drive.
Can you state your name for the record, please?
Dominic Farrow.
Okay. Okay.
Severianescu, building inspector for the city. This case is about an expired permit. The case is not complied. The city is requesting the magistrate to find the violation exists and to grant the owner 126 days and $50 thereafter. I will allow the respondent to speak.
126 days?
Yes.
You're okay with that?
Yes. Can I add something to that?
Sure.
Okay. So this project took place during 2018.
Okay.
During 2019, there were many inspections, including some finals, electrical, mechanical, etc. COVID prevented inspectors to go inside houses for some time, but by April 21, the final building inspection took place. It signed off. 5 years later, I get an invitation to come here. I had no idea that this was going on. Unfortunately, and I know a contractor should know better, but he claims he didn't either. So the building department, very cooperative. They sent me a checklist of things to do for the occupancy permit. There were 13 items. However, I went through it with the inspector, and it turns out all but 3 don't apply to this kind of project. This was nothing more than a closing up of a rooftop deck on a typical townhouse. This was not a building built from the ground up.
No, it was the deck. I'm looking at the agenda.
Yeah.
Third floor roof deck is
Yeah,
what they're...
so it didn't require a lot of the items. One of the 3 items that it is necessary for the occupancy permit is closed permits, but that is done. So that just leaves 2, and I think one of them is insulation.
What are the 2 outstanding?
I don't have it here, but there was a couple of inspections missed, and therefore they thought probably the permit was completed, but it wasn't. So
I think this can be
ignored it.
resolved within 126 days. Don't you think?
Okay, but you're suggesting that the permit has not been finalized?
No, I'm not suggesting. I'm suggesting that your contractor forgot to call some of the inspections in, and the permit was allowed to expire. If you have a permit card that's signed, you should bring that to the building department to look over it. This way, we know that so in the computer, your permit shows.
I have it
not
here.
complete.
The final was signed by BK on
You should bring
4/20.
that to the building department, and we'll take care of that.
Okay.
Okay.
Special Magistrate, it sounds like there's 2 permits involved here, the remodeling permit and a roof permit, am I correct?
That's correct.
Okay, so there's 2 permits involved. So the final that you're pointing out is for the interior remodeling permit, and the separate roofing permit was never finalized. As far as what you mentioned, as far as the several outstanding inspections, you're correct in that the system auto-populates multiple inspections. It's up to your contractor to choose which inspections apply to the project. What we do know is that a final was never scheduled for the roof. Sounds like an easy fix. Sounds like you just need to call for a roof final, and we'll be done with this.
That'd be great.
All right.
Thank you very much.
And again, let me just state this so there's all this information is for informational purposes. It's not I'm not privy to all of it. So what I'm sure it's true, as I'm hearing from both sides, it seems consistent with what I'm hearing. The order is simply going to give you 126 days to come into compliance, which would be August 20th, or face a fine of $50 a day.
Right.
And whatever is necessary to get it.
And again, for the record, it's to apply for a roof final.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm trying to get away from. You're saying for the record. What I'm hearing that there is some. I think the building official probably understands exactly what's going on. He doesn't know it, and if I speak incorrectly, let me know. He doesn't know definitively sitting there this morning. So I'm not looking to bind anybody by on the record. What I'm saying is that the records indicates probably the roof permit that hasn't been finalized, and the finalization that you have is for other work, the internal renovations.
Done.
So I just don't want anybody to come back and say at the meeting it was said. Bring it into compliance. It'll be 126 days or a fine of $50 a day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And you can also call me if you need more information on that.
Our next case is on page 24. Property address Senior Inspector Jorge Martinez. Property address 1019 Southwest 20th Street. Owner Janine Hernandez, Elkin A. Hernandez Torres. Case number BE 24010094. This case was first heard on 7/17/25 to comply by 11/20/25. One section not complied at $50. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $7,300, which continues to accrue.
You state your name for the record, please.
Elkin Hernandez.
Okay.
Inspector Martinez updating case on behalf of the city. Case number and address as read. This case is not in compliance. I'm going to let the respondent speak.
What's the status of the permits?
Okay, so the permit is almost approved. It's just this morning just missing the payment.
Okay.
So it's going to be approved by
Okay.
today or tomorrow.
Okay, so when the staff comes forward, I know that you want to give the respondent an opportunity to address it, but just give me that kind of background so I have a
okay.
sense of where we're at and with each case.
So the city will recommend a 28-day extension.
Yes, sir. Anything you want to say?
No, I'm good with that.
All right, I'll extend the time for compliance 28 days, suspend the fines during that period of time. The compliance date will now be May 14th. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Our next case, also Senior Inspector Jorge Martinez, on page 23 at the bottom. Property address 417 Southeast 16th Street. Owner FLL 401 Investment LLC. Case number BE 25010132. This case was first heard on 8/21/25 to comply by 12/18/25. One section complied at $50. Total fines accrued $3,350. The city is requesting to reduce to administrative costs of $1,106.
Good morning, sir. State your name for the record.
Morning, Magistrate. Luis Arroyo.
Okay. And you're, what's your
power of attorney.
relationship to the respondent?
I'm the power of attorney, the son of the owner.
Okay, thank you.
Inspector Martinez updating case on behalf of the city. Case number and address as read. The case is in compliance, and the city is requesting for fines to be reduced to admin cost of $1,106.
Yes, sir.
I was wondering, your magistrate, if you could work with us on the admin costs. We had to hire like 3 different engineers. That's the reason why this matter took so long. I do apologize. We were working diligently to try to resolve this matter as quickly as possible.
It's been resolved, I think, is what they're telling me. So the only thing they're looking for is to impose their costs that they incurred, which I think seems fair. I'm going to impose the administrative costs, which are $1,106. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 19, Senior Inspector Preston Mark. Property address 2511 Laguna Terrace. Owner Rebecca J. Rankin. Case number BE 25110036. Notice posted at the property on 3/23/26. Posted at 1 Eastboro Boulevard on 4/2/26. This is a new business case.
Good morning.
Good morning. Ryan Horland, attorney for the owner.
Okay, thank you.
Preston Mark, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. There are expired permits related to this property. As stated in today's agenda, the case is not in compliance. The city is requesting 62 days to come into compliance or a fine of $100 a day thereafter. The respondent is here to speak.
Morning. There have just been some contractor issues. The owner is currently looking for contractors. So 63 days is probably good enough to...
Okay. I'm going to find that the violation exists. That doesn't seem to be in dispute. The respondent will be given until June 18th to come into compliance with a base fine of $100 a day.
Thank
Good
you.
luck.
Our next case, Senior Inspector Preston Mark on page 17. Property address 800 North Victoria Park Road. Owner Benjamin D. Babcock, Andrea L. Gaspard. Case number BE 251000092. Notice posted at the property on 3/25/26. Notice posted at 1 Eastboro Boulevard on 4/2/26.
Good morning. State your name for the record, please.
Good morning, Diana Moise.
Okay.
Preston Mark, Building
Well,
Inspector.
what's your relationship to the owner?
I work for the owner and I have a power of attorney.
Okay, thank you.
Preston Mark, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. This case was cited for violation under Florida Building Code 2023-105.1, a building illegally altered and construction work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner: interior remodel of the main house, including the kitchen and bathrooms, Also the alteration of the accessory structure, including kitchen and bathrooms. There's also a new service change on the building and an address change that included the addition of a new address to the accessory building. The case was opened 10/6/2025. Inspection report made 11/3/2025, and special magistrate notice mailed 2/3/2026. I visited this property to investigate a complaint as noted and met with the owner, Ben Babcock, and his wife for inspection. During the inspection, I found that the main house and the accessory building was remodeled without permits. I also found that the accessory building, which was formerly a garage, was converted into two separate units, two apartment units, that is, which can be considered illegally non-conforming. I did find permits for the relocation of this building. However, there was no permits for the interior remodel. Our records found no permits for the current interior model of the building, and as a result, the city is requesting that the magistrate find that the violations exist and grant the property owner 126 days to come in compliance or a fine of $50 a day thereafter. The respondent is here to speak.
Yes.
We're okay with that.
Okay. All right, I'm going to find that the violation exists. It doesn't seem to be in dispute. The respondent will be given 126 days to come into compliance. That would be August 20th, or face a fine of $50 a day. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 20, Inspector Andrew Gebbia. Property address 2171 Southwest 23rd Ave. Owner, Kavita Nautical LLC. Case number BE24120065. This case was first heard on 7/17/25 to comply by 10/16/25. Fine suspended as noted. One section complied at $100. Total accrued fines $9,000. City is requesting to reduce to administrative costs of $975.
State your name for the record, please.
Ethan Barr, I'm a power of attorney.
Okay. Hear from the city, please.
Andrew Gebbia, building inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. This case is complied. The city is requesting the fines be reduced to administrative costs of $975. The respondent is here to speak.
Anything you want to add?
No, I was just sent to pay it.
All right. I will accept the city's recommendation, find that the property is in compliance, and reduce the fine amount to administrative costs of $975. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 26. Senior Inspector Jose Saragusti. Property address 1111 East Los Olas Boulevard, 408. Owner, Anthony M. Batista, Anthony M. Batista Trust, and all others. Case number BE25020223. This case was first heard on 9/18/25 to comply by 1/15/26. One section not complied at $50. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $4,500, which continues to accrue.
Good morning. State your name for the record, please.
Anthony Batista.
Okay.
Is this, is this 1111 East Los Olas Boulevard, 408?
Yes.
Okay. Andrew Gebbia, building inspector for the city, presenting this case for Jose Saragusti, senior building inspector for the city, presenting case as read. This case is not complied. The respondent is here to speak.
I hired a contractor to do my patio. He came, he did the job, I paid him. That was it. I didn't know anything about a permit, if they pulled the permit or they didn't. So I don't know what to say. That was a couple of years ago, I guess, and I have no idea where he is
This was
today.
heard in September of last year. Were you here at that meeting?
Pardon?
This was heard in September of last year. Were you here at that meeting?
No, I wasn't.
You're the owner of the property, right?
Yes.
Okay. How come your contractor didn't close it out, the permit?
Pardon?
How come your contractor didn't close out the permit?
I have no idea, sir. I have not spoken to him since he did the job.
Okay, so what's taken place? Were you here in, when was it heard again? When? Were you here for the September hearing?
I was out of the country. I was traveling last September, but I don't remember the exact dates.
Okay, all right. All right, thank you. I'm gonna certify the fine. And then afterward, after it comes into compliance, you can look for, you can apply for it, have it reduced. All right, thank you.
What do I do? Nothing?
I can't tell you how to comply. Talk to the staff. They'll tell you how to comply. I'm not.
Okay.
Not right now. Oh, if you want to talk to him.
I could speak with you quickly, but back here, I'm
Thank you, sir.
speaking on the behalf of Jose. So.
Our next case is on page 29, Senior Inspector Preston Mark, property address 1220 North Andrews Ave, case number BE 2502-0161, owner Colton Garrett here. Notice posted at, this case was first heard on 8/21/25 to comply by 12/18/25. One section not complied at $50. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $5,900, which continues to accrue.
Hi, can you state your name for the record, please?
Colton Hire.
Okay.
Preston Mark, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. This case is not in compliance. The city is requesting that fines be imposed. The respondent is here to speak.
What's the status of the permits, if there are any?
No permits.
None, there's no application?
No applications.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Hello, Your Honor. Yes, so the violations on the property were all, let me do that. All the remodels and everything for the property were done by the previous owner. And then after my last hearing, I did.
When was the last hearing?
Does anybody have that?
August.
August of last year.
Were you the owner then?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So I made the good faith effort, hired a legal attorney for the previous owner, all of that good stuff, hired the architect to draft the plans. They have completed the plans and everything, and then at that point, I had found out that I need to hire a general contractor to submit the plans to the city. I kind of thought the architect would just do all of that. But I have not been able to afford a general contractor. Since then, the house has been for sale since December of last year due to the fact that I can no longer afford my mortgage payments. The house is currently in loss mitigation, trying to do either a short sale or a deed in lieu of the house. Because I can no longer afford those payments. So again, made all the good faith efforts, but unfortunately could not come to the conclusion that we're looking for. So I'm just requesting that extension until either the lender is able to figure out the sale of the house or foreclosure, whatever needs to happen.
All right, I'm going to impose the fine. There's a remedial process after the fact that once it's brought into compliance, you can apply to have the fine reduced based on whatever factors you can submit to the city. But I'm going to impose a fine. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 7, Inspector Jimmy Lugo, property address 613 Northeast 15th Ave, case number BE 25120116, owner Jennifer L. and Mitchell G. McHenry. Notice posted at the property on 3/2/26. Notice posted at 1 Eastboro Boulevard on 4/2/26.
Morning.
Good morning. State your name for the record, please.
Jennifer L. McHenry.
Are you the owner?
I am.
Okay.
Okay, Building Inspector Jimmy Lugo for the city, presenting the case and address as read. The case has not complied. I will allow the respondent to speak.
Are there any permit applications in?
Not yet.
No?
No.
Okay. Yes.
I'm going to allow my contractor to speak.
How you doing?
State your name for the record, please.
Anthony Crisanti.
You're the contractor, right?
Yes,
Okay.
representing, yeah. So basically, the job was done. Everything got finalized. The paperwork on our part was submitted. 3 years later, they get a notice for this, and we started along with them the process. It took from December to, I don't know, May. Or no, I'm sorry, till about
Were you the
Monday,
contractor
March?
when the work was done?
Yes, yes.
Did you apply for permits?
Yes. Well,
Were they
permits are-
finalized?
Yes, they were finalized. We just didn't get, for some reason, the CO never went through. So we didn't find this out until they did. And then I talked to you, and I've talked to Ms. Strong about everything, and they finally told us after 3 months.
All right,
"You're
just a
missing-"
minute.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
is this a case in which the permits were finalized, but the CO was never issued? Is that what we're dealing with here?
Yes. I know. The CO, the first time, the CO was not actually applied for, but now in order for the
Let me try to guess what's, correct me. So
Okay.
they apply for permits, the work's done, they get the permits signed off on.
Mhm.
There's no CO. Since there's no CO, the permits that were approved and signed off on expired?
No, that's correct.
Is that right? Is that about the way we're going here?
I apologize. I was in the restroom. If you could bring me up to speed.
Well, maybe, that I can't not do.
So
I
it
think
looks-
somebody else has to.
It looks like it was a office room addition, so I'm not sure if that was added square footage to the property, or was it within the existing structure?
It was within the existing structure. It added to it. I mean, we added to the front part of it.
It's a simple question. Did you add square footage to the property?
Yes, we did.
Okay, so that requires a CO.
Yes, it did require one, and we had sent the paperwork in according like we always do when we do it. And then 3 years later, she got, well, I think Mr. Lugo.
I think what they're saying, and correct me if I'm
Yes.
wrong, is they got the final permit signed off on, they submitted the paperwork for the CO, somewhere that's where it fell apart, they never got the CO, they just let it go, and now your records show no CO. I'm trying to figure out, to come into compliance, did the permits that were signed off on and approved because there was no CO, are they now expired and have to be renewed?
The reason why it came up on the radar is because it came up on our expired permit list. Subsequent to that, when looking up the expired permits, it also required a CO. What we're looking for here is the CO more than anything. The
Yeah.
permit expiring wasn't due to lack of progress, which is the more reason why a permit would expire, is just he didn't fulfill the CO element of the
All
permit.
right, I'll let you guys.
Can I-
No. We
Okay,
don't.
yeah, no problem.
Here's the deal. I mean, at the very minimum, you don't have a CO. Everybody's in agreement with that, and that you have to have that. So how the permits actually went, we'll let that be sorted out by you all. What was the recommended time for compliance?
91 days?
91 days?
We're fine with that.
All right, we're fine at $50 a day?
Yes.
All right. Good luck to you. After 91 days.
Can we speak with you real quick? Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Guys, if you could.
Our next case is on page 24, Senior Inspector Jorge Martinez. Property address 1200 Southwest 29th Street. Owner Manuel E. Ramos. Case number BE 24080209. This case was first heard on 5/15/25 to comply by 9/18/25. Fine suspended as noted. One section complied at $50. Total accrued fines $5,900. The city is requesting to reduce to administrative costs of $1,358.
Good morning. State your name for the record, please.
Manuel Ramos.
Okay.
Inspector Martinez updating case on behalf of the city. Case number and address as read. The case is in compliance, and the city is requesting for fines to be reduced to for the fines to be reduced to $500.
To $500?
Yes.
Okay, I just want to confirm, because the agenda says something else. The agenda says $1,358. So you want $500?
Yes.
And that's administrative costs, right?
No, that's fines. To reduce the fines.
Okay, so you want the fine reduced to $500, and they would still be responsible
No.
for the administrative costs?
No.
Okay, total amount would be
Yeah,
$500.
yeah.
Anything you want to add?
Nothing further.
Okay,
I just
I'll
want to
reduce
pay.
it to $500. Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 14, Inspector Severia Onescu. Property address 1620 Southwest 4th Court. Owner David M. Gross. Case number BE 25110066. Notice posted at the property on 2/13/26. Notice posted at 1 East Borough Boulevard on 4/2/26.
Good morning, sir. State your name for the record, please.
David Gross.
Okay, thank you.
Severino Onescu, Building Inspector for the city, presenting the case and address as read. This case is for an expired permit. Case is not complied. The city is requesting 126 days extensions or $50 thereafter. I will allow the respondent to speak.
Yes.
I'm fine with that.
Okay. again, it's just a technical point. It's really not an extension. It's a final order that'll give them a time of compliance of 126 days, which would be August 20th, or a fine of $50 a day. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Your Honor, at this time, the city is going to take a 5-minute recess.
Okay?
Is on page 31. Senior Inspector Preston Mark. Property address 2621 North Ocean Boulevard. Owner Ghulam H. Usman. Case number BE 2503-0114. This case was first heard on 9/18/25 to comply by 12/18/25. One section not complied at $100. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $11,800, which continues to accrue.
Preston Mark, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. This case is not in compliance. The respondent is here to speak.
Yes.
Hello, I'm
Hello.
Katie Bushy. I'm power of attorney.
Okay. What would you like to say?
So I've already submitted the extension. The reason it wasn't submitted was because my father passed away, and I'm the only one that can submit extensions. So
Well, it's not, I guess, it isn't on the agenda for an extension, but what I'm curious about is where we are, not so much to get the additional time, but where we are with getting the improvement signed off on.
I just showed him the papers. My inspector went and submitted, he said on Friday, all the papers to close out all of our permits. So I actually have the email that shows the paper, and I showed him already. So that's all I need is just time, just to.
How much time do you need? 30 days?
That's fine.
You okay with that?
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to extend the time, 28 days, okay? If they just need an inspection, we'll do 35. 35 days, that'll be May 21st. I'll suspend the fines during that period of time. The fines will still be there, but they won't accrue anymore.
And then I can come back and do the reduction of fines. Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
All right.
Our next case is on page 22, Inspector Severian Onescu. Property address 1400 Northeast 2nd Ave, 1-2. Owner 1400 Holdings LLC, case number BE 2503-0117. This case was first heard on 9/18/25 to comply by 1/15/26. One section not complied at $50. Is there a respondent here? Yeah. One section not complied at $50. City is requesting to impose the full amount of $4,500, which continues to accrue.
State your name for the record, please. Okay.
Severian Onescu, Building Inspector for the city, presenting the case and address as read. This case is not complied. The city is requesting for the fines to be imposed. I will allow the respondent to speak.
Which case number is this? What's that?
1400 Northeast 2nd.
117.
Thank you. All right. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, so the situation is that we previously purchased the house. We just thought we just needed to replace the fixtures, do some paint. We had no idea that we needed to do permit. Now we do, of course. So we didn't know that we needed a permit until we received a notice of violation. Of course, I quickly got an engineer, got an architect. We submitted the plans at the end of December 2025, and it wasn't until we received this notice in March there was a special hearing that there were fines imposed, that we needed to do something else. And since then, we, of course, have been diligently working on complying. I've been sending emails trying to figure out the process. I'm not familiar with
All right,
the
let me ask the city. So what's the status of the permits?
Plans show awaiting client reply since March 10th.
But applications in?
Yes, yes.
So and you had comments? They did a submittal. You probably
Correct.
had comments. They haven't responded to the
They haven't
comments?
responded to the comments since March.
Okay. I'm sorry, do you have an architect?
Yes, we do. I received an email.
No, I don't want to get into the
okay.
fine points of who said what to whom. Okay, I mean, I'd be here all day if I did that. But what I'm trying to do is, so apparently there was an application in, it was reviewed, they sent back comments, they haven't heard from it. That would be something that I guess you guys need to address, or your architect. Are you guys opposed to an extension?
No.
May
How
I-
much time do you need?
I would request 3 months. Is that okay?
You opposed 91 days?
91 days will do.
All right, I'll extend the time for compliance 91 days. I'll suspend the fines during that period of time.
Thank you. So that means that the $50 it will stop from today?
Yeah, but you got existing fines amount
Yes.
of $4,500.
Yes, understand.
Do you want to do an order to reappear or not?
Please, yes.
Okay, let's do an order to reappear. That would be September 16th.
September 16th.
I think it behooves you to get it done a whole lot sooner than that.
Yes, of
but-
course.
Okay,
Yes,
all right.
of course.
All right,
Yes,
thank
of
you very
course.
much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Our next case is on page 31, Senior Inspector Preston Mark, property address 3131 Southwest 20th Street. Case number BE 24070140. Owner Karina Greter Maceda and Magdaleno Ulola.
I think I got a little bit confused. Is Greta Ulloa or David Maceda? I'm David Maceda, of
Oh,
course.
okay. I was close, all right?
Yeah, you were. Good morning.
This case was first heard on 2/20/25 to comply by 6/19/25. Fine suspended as noted. One section not complied at $50. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $10,450, which continues to accrue.
State your name for the record.
David Maceda.
So you're the owner?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me hear from the city, please.
Preston Mark, with an inspector for the city presenting case and address as read. This case is not in compliance. The city is requesting that fines be imposed.
What is the status of the permits?
I had 3 permits in process back in 2024 that just stayed there, and also there's some pending corrections since April 2025. No new permits.
Okay.
So
I bought the house in 2025, June, and I brought in a general contractor that's helping me with the process because the first one failed, took the money, and didn't do much, I guess.
And you are who?
Hello, Your Honor. Representing the general contracting company that's doing the work now. We were just recently hired, so we're in the middle of our discovery and assessment right now to then submit the application.
I mean, the case started in February. I know you bought it, I think, after the case was already started, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, just a minute. So give me a realistic time of compliance.
Right now, we're in the middle of it. I already had the architect go out last week. Realistic, probably 60 to 90 days. So we can get our plan together, architectural
all right.
renderings.
Here's kind of, when were you hired?
There's quite a bit there. Last week.
Last week.
Yeah.
Okay, why was he hired last week? Where are we at here? I don't quite.
We found out the title company lied to us, sold us a property, and told us that there was 2 permits that needed to be called in for final, and asked us as a courtesy to do that as the new homeowners. When we went to do that, we realized that nowhere in the title work said that the property was in a special magistrate, and so we
But you bought it in June of last year, right?
Correct.
All right, that's a long time ago. All right, that's almost a year. But anyway, I'm inclined to give you, unless you're opposed, additional time?
yes, I'll support some additional time. I think he's been very cooperative, so
Okay.
I'll support
Yeah, we did hire someone right away the minute we found
But it
out.
didn't work out.
Well, they stole
Yeah.
our money. They
Okay,
opened up
all
a
right.
permit and
I
didn't
got
answer.
it. All right, in view of the fact that you have somebody new, hopefully you're going to
Yeah,
get
we
on
have
top
a
of this.
100% track record in your city. I've worked with
Okay.
Mr. Preston in the past.
Okay, great. I'm going to extend the time for compliance for 91 days, which would be July 16th, to suspend the fine during that period of time, and it'll be in order to reappear. Thank you. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 28, Senior Inspector Preston Mark, property address 132 Isle of Venice Drive, 1. Owner 132 Isle of Venice Investments LLC. Case number BE 25020102. This case was first heard on 9/18/25 to comply by 1/15/26. One section not complied at $50. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $4,500, which continues to accrue.
State your name for the record, please.
Good morning, it's Stephanie Mayorga with Stephanie Toothaker's office on behalf of the property owner.
Okay.
Preston Mark, with an inspector for the city presenting case and address as read. This case is not in compliance. I will let the respondent speak.
Can you tell me what's the status of the permits, then?
No premises yet.
Okay.
We would appreciate an extension of time of 126 days to come to compliance. We've been actively meeting with the city on site to determine what has been permitted, what hasn't been permitted. Our client, the current property owner, did not perform any of the work.
When did your client buy it?
Sometime last year. I don't have the exact date with me.
It was heard in September. Were they the owner then?
They were, yes, and I was here before you at that point, and since then we've hired a GC, the architect, but we're still doing the discovery and assessment right now of what has been permitted and what hasn't been.
So do you oppose to an extension?
No.
Your recommended time?
126 days.
All right, I'll extend the time for compliance 126 days. That would be August 20th. There'll be an order to reappear on that day.
Thank you.
Thank
Okay,
you. Thank you.
We appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Our next case is at the bottom of page 14. It's Inspector Severian Onescu, property address 2505 East Los Olas Boulevard. Owner Robert Lane IV, case number BE 25090200. Notice posted at the property on 3/23/26. Notice posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 4/2/26.
I think it's still morning. Good morning. Can you state your name for the record, please?
Robert Lane.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, this is going to be a long read, so bear with me. Severian Onescu, building inspector for the city, presenting the case and address as read. This building has been illegally altered and construction work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to installation of front impact windows on all elevations except the left side of the second floor, masonry infill for windows openings on the east and west facade, where existing windows were removed and the openings were infilled in with masonry units, interior alteration to the structure, construction of a new front balcony, modification of all rear side canal side openings with new impact installed except for the top level sliding glass doors, installation of a new privacy wall on the northeast side of the property, alterations to the pool deck area, and landscaping. This case was opened on September 25th. Inspection report was mailed on January 26th. Hearing was scheduled on January 22nd. During my first inspection, I observed construction work being performed without the required permits, specifically impact-resistant windows were installed without approved documentations. Masonry infill were completed, various openings also lacking proper permitting. The front balcony that was previously demolished without a permit and was later permitted under demolition-only permit was rebuilt without documentations. Following my second inspection on a DSD boat, I observed that the back of the property was also altered as follows. All openings have been modified, new sliding glass doors and windows have been installed except for the second-story doors that remain unaltered at this time. Additionally, a new privacy wall has been installed on the northeast side. On my third inspection performed comparing photos taken from the boat and aerial pictures of BCPA, it was also discovered that the deck and landscaping in the backyard were altered. The city is requesting the magistrate to find that the violation exists and to grant the property owner 126 days to come into compliance or a fine of $50 per day thereafter. I will allow the respondent to speak.
Yes.
Yeah, the windows have an open permit, so is the balcony. Engineers and plans are submitted to the city waiting for stamp and seal. The only thing that has been debated back and forth, I've spoken with Joe multiple times, is the infill of the windows and alteration of the size. So they were not, I did not infill windows or alter size. So there has been stucco on the outside.
When did you buy the property?
March of 2024. The pictures were taken a year and a half prior to that with those windows.
That's not correct.
Okay,
Yes,
go ahead.
the original pictures are from February of 2023. right there.
If you go through these pictures, you'll see on the side, you see those windows over there?
2023.
And if you see my photos, you're gonna see cement.
It's stucco, not cement.
Yeah, but those are windows, and now it's stucco on top. You put
Correct.
stuccos on
It was
top of
peeled,
windows?
It peeled off. That's the picture with the guy you have doing stucco
So
work
you
on
put
the outside
stuccos on
house.
top of windows? Because those
No.
windows are not there anymore.
The windows were gone. When I bought the house, there was no windows
Well,
there.
again, if you buy a piece of property and it wasn't permitted or signed off, it becomes your problem.
Yes,
So,
I understand
no,
that. So
but-
I've had an engineer to get that part as well, which has been with the city.
City's recommending, what was it, 126 days?
The
You do
permits
it
are all
within-
open still
You can
right
do
now.
it within
Correct.
126 days?
Yes.
And what's the fine amount? $100 a day?
$50.
$50 a day. All right, I'm going to find that the violation exists. The respondent will be given until August 20th to come into compliance or face fine of $50 a day. There'll be an order to reappear on August 20th. Unless you bring it into compliance, then you won't have to do that. Otherwise, you'll need to be here, and we'll
Yep.
figure out where we're at. Okay?
I was here in February when he was not, from flying in
Okay.
from Chicago, FYI.
No, it was actually, the way that we discovered this.
I was not given notice that I was not supposed to be here. I flew in.
Yeah. Yeah, the case is closed. It was for something else. It's not for the same.
Correct.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
Yep.
Our next case is on page 32, Senior Inspector Jorge Martinez, property address 3309 Northeast 33rd Street, owner Second Risk Holdings LLC, case number BE25050048. This case was first heard on 12/18/25 to comply by 4/16/26. Two sections not complied at $50.
Anybody here for that case? The address is 3309 Northeast 33rd Street. Second Risk Holding. All right, you want to?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, they must have left.
Did you speak with them, Jorge? And
You
then,
did? I'm sorry, when you come up, if you would.
Let's pass it.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, I
all
know.
right.
I was just wondering if they...
Yeah.
Senior Inspector Preston Mark on page 29, property address 1508 Northeast 17th Way. Case number BE24080029. Owner Tanya Labriola. Case number, I'm sorry, I said a case number, correct? Okay. This case was first heard on 2/20/25 to comply by 6/19/25. Fine suspended as noted. One section not complied at $50. City is requesting to impose the full amount of $10,450, which continues to accrue.
State your name for the record, please.
Tanya Labriola.
Okay. Let me hear from the city.
Preston Mark, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. This case is not in compliance. The city is requesting that fines be imposed. I would allow the respondent to speak.
I should be done with before June 5th. I finally got another architect to finish what needed to be done, and the roofer sent me the credentials that the city was requesting, so I'm going to go down to the city, make sure that they got them, because last he spoke to me, he said it was still pending. So I guess he submitted them to the city, but it's still pending in the system. So I have a copy, so I want to bring it down myself and say, here they are.
When in June are you going to be done?
My permits expire June 5th. I spoke to someone last week at the city, and I want to be done before that. So
Yeah, well, I would think so.
yeah, I don't want to pay again. So
City opposed to an extension or
No, not opposed to an extension. Actually, the contractor that she was working with prior was from out of this county and was not familiar with the process in the city of Fort Lauderdale, so she got to run around with him, and finally I think she's figured it out, so
How
I would
much time do you
support
think?
an extension.
What do you think, time?
63 days, just to be sure.
Okay. All right, extend the time 63 days. That'll be June 18th, 2026.
Thank you.
Good luck to you.
thank you.
Just for the record, the fines will be suspended during that period of time, but there are existing fines you'll have to deal with when it comes into compliance.
I'll come back.
Yep, thank you.
Our next case is on page 19, Senior Inspector Preston Mark, property address 2300 Aqua Vista Boulevard, owner Cybert Holdings LLC, case number BE251-00327. Notice posted at the property on 2/25/26. Notice posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 4/2/26.
Good morning. Can you state your name for the record, please?
Anna Seibert.
Okay.
Preston Mark, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. The property was cited for a violation under Florida Building Code 2023 105.1. This building was illegally altered and construction work performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to the installation of a new driveway with gate installed, pavers, and a covered patio. The case was opened 10/31/2025. Inspection report mailed 11/13/2025, and special magistrate notice mailed 12/29/2025. I visited this property due to a complaint from a neighbor. During the inspection, I observed that the home was under construction, undergoing the re-roofing. However, once I checked for permits, that was confirmed. I observed that there were other items that were done, including a new driveway with pavers, a covered awning, and gates that were installed to the left of the main entrance. Our records show that there were no permits for this work. I thereafter contacted the owner and the contractor, who has been very cooperative in addressing this matter. The city is requesting that the magistrate find that the violations exist and grant the property owner 126 days to come in compliance, or a fine of $50 a day thereafter.
Just so that the agenda says driveway, gates, covered awning, tennis court. Is tennis court?
No, tennis court's not included. That's been was permitted previously.
All right. Yes, ma'am. Anything you want to say?
Yes, I just wanted to mention that the permits that we have been requested to apply for have been applied for.
Okay.
I do have numbers for you to show that these
No,
things
no,
are
I
in
believe you.
process. We're just waiting for the city to approve
Okay.
those permits.
Okay. All right, I'm going to find that the violation exists, doesn't seem to be in dispute. The respondent will be given, you said 126 days?
Yes.
Respondent will be given 126 days, would be August 20th, 2026, to come into compliance or face fine of $50 a day. Thank you. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Our next case, a new business case on page 2, Inspector Andrew Gebbia, property address 1166 Chateau Park Drive, case number BE 2512-0100, owner Marie Rose and Roger Dumas. Notice posted at the property on 2/9/26, posted at 1 Eastboro Boulevard on 4/2/26.
Good morning, sir. Can you state your name? State your name for the record, please. Your name?
One moment, please.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Excuse me, sir. Do you swear and affirm to tell the truth, to translate from Creole to English and from English to Creole?
Yes, I do.
Can you ask him if he's comfortable with you speaking on his behalf or Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. So I'll hear from the city.
Wishes Damis.
Is he the owner?
Yes.
Okay. And which case, is this the case that ends in 28?
No, 1166
Okay.
Chateau Park Drive.
Okay. All right. Let me hear from the city, please.
Building Inspector Andrew Gebbia. For the city presenting case and address is read. This property was cited for violation of the Florida Building Code 2023-105.1. Work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to the construction of accessory dwelling units, those units consisting with structural, electrical, and plumbing, and also a violation of 111.1.1, use and occupancy. This dwelling has been changed from the original permitted occupancy classification of a single family to a multi-family dwelling unit without obtaining the required permits and the certificate of occupancy from the building department. This case was opened on 12/11/2025. The inspection report was mailed on 12/16/2025. Special magistrate was scheduled on 1/22/2026. I arrived at this property on 12/16/2025 with the assistance of Inspector Russell Castile. We received a complaint from a neighbor that there were additional accessory dwelling units in the rear yard of this property with multiple occupants. I visited the property and left a courtesy note that morning. I then called the complainant, spoke with the complainant. After I spoke with the complainant, I received a phone call from the owner of the property. I scheduled a meeting with him that afternoon. I explained to him why I was there. He invited me into the house, which was sectioned off from the rest. I was in the kitchen. I asked him to show me the rear yard. We walked into the rear yard, and there were multiple accessory units back there, probably about 5. Each unit had a door and an AC unit. I did see 1 or 2 occupants. I asked if I could see some of the inside units, but he didn't have the keys at that time. I was told, 2 of them were just for storage, and I explained that the property was in violation. We then met again after that with the owner of the property. We walked through with him, and he wants to comply. So we walked through, and I explained to him how to comply and what should be done. So he did show me a couple of the units, and they were used for storage. 2 of the units were locked. We didn't get inside. I explained to him that the location of the structure would not be approved along with how it was built, and he understood. He stated that they would start removing the structure, which has 2 to 3 separate rooms. Since then, he has been in contact with the contractor, applied for the demo permit to remove the structures. The permit is under current review. The city is requesting the magistrate to find that the violations exist and to grant the property owner 126 days to come into compliance or a fine of $50 a day thereafter, and the respondent is here to speak. I have been in contact with him multiple times.
Thank you.
So I just wanted them to she's going to read just the violation, Your Honors, to make sure he understands, even though he's been in contact.
Marie, make sure you speak in the mic.
In Creole?
Yeah.
Yes.
Ou konverti kay la sans permis, ou bâti 5 chambres sans permis, ou te rencontré ensemble avec l'inspecteur, ou te montré le chambre nan. Et puis gen 2 nan chambre yo qui ou te dit c'est storage yo, gen 2 nan yo toujours li dit pas de ka en dedans parce que gen moun qui habite là-dedans. Qu'on a li dit comme ça que ou décidé pour retourner construction en janté ou prend un contracteur ou attendre pour yo bon permis yo.
Is he aware of the scope of the changes that are going to have to be made to bring it into compliance?
Est-ce qu'on connaît qui ça que la prend, qui quantité de travail la prend pour Carvin compléter le travail là?
Non, je vais montrer contracteur et puis c'est le café.
He said he's not sure. He's just been working with the contractor.
Yeah. Was this a single structure that was subdivided, or did he build those?
No,
units?
they were built.
They were built.
Yeah.
How many of them were built?
There were sheds kind of connected to each other, maybe 4 or 5, probably 5 at the
His
max.
plan is the demo, though.
Yeah, he's been in contact with the contractor. The contractor is gonna.
I know you're telling me he's been cooperative and he's trying to work with you. I'm
Yeah.
just trying to get a sense of the scope of what he's got to do to bring it. He's got to take all that down, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
So
it's along it's abutting the fence in the back.
Okay.
Even if you tried to permit it, they would never.
Right.
Due to its
He said
proximity.
he only.
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
Due to its proximity to the property line, he would never meet the,
No,
he's
I'm sure-
already
no,
in the setback.
Yeah, right.
So he said he inherited, he only built the 2 rooms, which are the storage rooms. He inherited, when he purchased the home, he inherited the other rooms.
When you buy the property, he
Yeah.
buys the problem. But all right, so you.
He understands that the inspector has asked for compliance within 126 days or face a $50 fine thereafter, if you could just.
Can we do an order of reappear? If not, I mean-
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay. All right.
He's been working.
Okay.
Saki na city ali, application na city.
He said even if there's a current application within the city, like he applied for, I think you said he was under review.
Yeah.
Oui, même si avec application.
Are those demo permits that he's
Yeah.
talking about? He knows he can't keep it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Il vaut 60 jours. 6 mois.
So I think, is he asking me, is he relying upon the staff to review the application and that's holding him up to do the demo?
Yeah, the contractor has submitted
Yeah.
the permit, so it's not necessarily in his hands.
Right.
The contractor submitted everything, and it's in review.
But you think 126 days and get it done?
To get the permit, yeah, I think that's sufficient. I mean, I would even go, to 154 just to help them. They're nice
Right.
people.
Okay.
Yeah, he said 6 months to complete, to have it demoed. That's his question.
Yeah, we're looking at 154 days, which would be roughly 6 months, I guess. No, a little less.
154 jours,
Doing the
presque
math,
6
but
mois.
that would be September 17th.
So,
Yeah.
17 septembre. 17 septembre. He said okay.
Do an order to reappear or not? I mean, if he's cooperative, I don't want him to be out there and he doesn't.
So far,
Yeah,
they
yeah,
haven't.
yeah. All right, we'll just leave it as.
You know.
All right. Anything else anybody wants to say?
Vous voulez dire quelques bagages? Vous voulez ajouter quelques bagages?
Okay.
Say
All right, thank you,
he's
folks.
good.
I'm going to find that the violation exists. It doesn't seem to be in dispute. The respondent will be given
I'm sorry.
154 days to come into compliance, which would be September 17th, or face fine of $50 a day. All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, Marie. Our next case is on page 27. No, we'll skip that one. Andrew, are you going to speak with them? Yes. Okay. Okay. Our next case is on page 9. Senior Inspector Jorge Martinez. Property address 920 Southwest 30th Street. Case number BE 25090232. Owner, Jesus A. Sanchez Trust, Jesus Antonio Sanchez Trustee. Notice posted at the property on 2/13/26, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 4/2/26.
State your name for the record, please.
Jesus Sanchez.
Okay, thank you.
Inspector Martinez, on behalf of the city, presenting case as read. This property was cited for violation of the FBC 2023-105.1 work without permits, tiki hut, roof shade structure, a shed, and the violation of the FBC 2023-111.1.1. The use and occupancy of this dwelling has been changed from the original permitted occupancy classification of a duplex to a triplex. The city will request 126 days to comply or a fine of $50 a day thereafter. The owner already applied for the permits. I'm going to let the owner speak.
Yes, sir. Anything you want to add?
No, I'm in the process of trying to rectify all the violations that I'm being.
Okay. What was the recommended time? 100 and what?
126.
126. All right, I'm going to find that the violation exists. It doesn't seem to be in dispute. The respondent will be given till August 20th to come into compliance for face fine of $50 a day.
Let's do a reappearance.
And you want an order?
Yes.
And there'll be an order to reappear on August 20th, which means that if you come into compliance and the city's in agreement, you won't have to come back. If you're not, you need to be here that day, and we'll see where we're at with it.
Okay,
All right?
understood.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Our next case is on page 27. Sorry. Senior Inspector Jose Saragusti. Property address 1470 North Dixie Highway. Owner, Wisteria Court Condo Association, Inc. Case number BE 25020025. This case was first heard on 9/18/25 to comply by 1/15/26. Two sections not complied at $100. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $18,000, which continues to accrue.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Can you state your name for the record, please?
My name is David Bria. I'm the current property manager, and this is Catherine Bishop, the current president of the association.
Okay, thank you.
Building Inspector Andrew Gabbia, speaking on behalf of Jose Saragusti, Senior Building Inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. This case has not complied. I will let the respondent speak.
We're not arguing the fact that it hasn't complied. You're correct. We came on board 2 months ago. We unraveled all these fines, open, not undone, not done. There was a contractor first hired last year to start these projects. They were supposed to pull permits and do everything, and none of that was done. The previous board was misled. That's legal recourse that we have moving forward. Now, to remedy the situation, we do have an electrician starting next week. He will be pulling permits simultaneously. We're working on that.
Are the applications in for the permits?
No, sir.
Because you
No,
just
sir.
got the contract.
On the 20th of the month, the contract was just signed.
How much time do you need? Realistically.
Worst case scenario, 90 days or less. But 90 days, worst case, we can get this done.
You guys okay with that?
The
not?
city's requesting 63 days.
Okay.
Because, sir, if I may say.
Sure. You need to come up to the microphone.
Oh, thank you.
And you state your name for the record.
Yes, Catherine Bishop. We just came, I and my co-board members just started on this new board in January. We assumed a huge mess over there and are working diligently. It should be a full-time job at this point, trying to rectify all the situations, including the criminal activity from the drainage contractor that was from last year. But that's not why we're here today. We just want to let you know that we understand all of the liens that are in place, and that we have our quotes for everything. And
there's existing liens on the property?
Yeah, there's $18,000.
Well, I know the fines. Yeah, you talking about fines, or you talking about prior liens?
No, I'm talking about fines.
Yeah.
As far as I'm reading in here, it's 18,000 in fines.
Yeah. I mean, were there prior cases? for this, do you know?
As far as I know, there are not prior cases. This is the only
Okay.
case in front of me that I know of.
I also spoke with Gail, the landscaping inspector.
Okay.
And she explained to us exactly what she wanted to see, and she
Mhm.
said, please make sure it gets done. We have 3 quotes from 3 different landscapers. We're
Right.
deciding now which one. We already have 2 already.
Okay.
And we just want to do it as simple as possible, cover everything with
All right,
green,
I
like
think
she
what,
said.
But
I'm
this is-
sorry. Go ahead.
This is not a landscape issue. This, I mean, this case is for, you know, a fencing gate permit, and there's no electrical and fire sprinkler permit. So the gravity of this is a little more than landscaping.
Well, when it comes to the fence was completed,
Okay.
okay?
Yes, it's issued.
Yes, and
Okay.
it was closed.
Right.
And it was
It's
done.
the electrical work. What's the status of the, we got,
Yeah.
but you didn't hire, I mean, this case really started in September and you're hiring an electrician next week. I'm a little baffled by that.
We just came on board, Your Honor.
All right, are you opposed, and I guess I'm trying to balance, it's the gravity of the violation
Right.
versus, they have a new board that came in place in January. I'm
New
trying,
management,
Understood.
too.
and I kind of want to give them the benefit of the
I
doubt.
just-
91 days?
I just want to enlighten him because I'm a little familiar with this property. This property was brought to our attention by another resident. He mentioned a fence permit that was closed out. That fence permit was altered where they added additional fencing, which was how the complaint came in. So just so you know, the fence permit that you're referring to does not pertain to the additional fencing that was added.
This was closed recently, so I'm not sure if it overlaps or not.
Okay, it's possible, but I just wanted to let you, because that was
Thank
part,
you.
that was part of the confusion.
Look, they have a new board. I'm inclined to give them 91 days.
That's fine.
And then in order to reappear on September 16th.
Thank you.
All right, good luck.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 31, Senior Inspector.
I'm sorry, the fines will be suspended during that period of time.
Okay, thank you. Senior Inspector Preston Mark on page 31, property address 2811 East Commercial Boulevard, owner 1302 Northeast 32nd LLC, case number BE25020293. This case was first heard on 9/18/25 to comply by 12/18/25. One section complied at $100. Total accrued fines $4,100. City is requesting to reduce the administrative cost of $852.
State your name for the record, please.
Good morning. My name is Abe Burgerdi. I'm the owner of the property.
Okay, thank you.
Preston Mark, Bill Inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. This case is in compliance. City is requesting that fines be imposed, administrative fines be imposed of $852. The respondent is here to speak.
I'm sure you're okay with that or not?
No, I'm not okay.
Okay. I knew as soon as I said it was probably a mistake. I don't often say that, but okay, that was
What
probably not the
happened?
road.
I just give you a brief.
I got to be honest with you. I'm going to listen to. Let me finish.
I will just
I'm
1
gonna-
minute. I'm done.
Okay.
You know.
But I just want you to tell you my thought process. I'm going to listen to what you have to say, but I tend to think the city's entitled to get their administrative costs back in cases.
I
So
understand.
we go into this discussion with that thought process.
I
But go
understand.
ahead.
We are talking about a restaurant that the plans was done, the plan was approved, all the inspections on the plan, according to the plan was approved by the city, the final was done 100%, but the last minute the city reversed the final on this property because the duct and the exhaust fan was going outside of the property line. Nobody noticed that, and it was done like that. As a result of that, I have to vacate the restaurant owner, vacate the second floor owner, and this totally has cost me over $150,000 at this time. And then it's not on my fault, it's the city fault, but it is on my side.
City, you want to respond?
I can't respond. Basically, I did review the case. I did meet with Abe, and we made the determination that the work was done not in compliance with the city's requirements, and thereafter he had it removed, and I complied the case.
Okay, I'm going to waive the administrative costs. Thank you, sir.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you.
The one on page 2811, yes.
I'm sorry, what page?
Our next case is on page 22. Inspector Severian Anescu, property address 429 Southwest 24th Ave. Owner Denise Mathurin. Case number BE 2502-0295. This case was first heard on 9/18/25 to comply by 1/15/26. One section not complied at $50. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $4,500, which continues to accrue.
Good afternoon, or good morning. Can you state your name for the record, please?
Good morning. Gene Lewis, power of attorney.
Okay. I'll hear from the city.
Yes, the city will allow the respondent to speak. The case is not complied.
I guess I'm looking for an extension.
Well, where are we at? This is for, let me ask the city, this is for roof panels and to replace the AC, right? That's the case?
No, this is for an expired permit.
Okay,
for solar panels.
This is, yeah, solar panels, to attach solar panels to the roof and
Mechanical.
How about
yeah.
the AC issue?
Yeah, that's the only one that still shows expired since
All right, let me just say, the solar
February.
panels are okay.
Yeah, everything else but the mechanical, it's
So it's
approved.
just the AC? is
No, the mechanical, the HVAC, yes.
Okay. Go ahead. Sir, go ahead.
Honestly, I'm not too sure what to say.
Did you talk to your client? You're here on behalf of somebody else. Did you talk to him before you came to the hearing?
No, they passed away.
Okay. I don't know. I'm a little confused. What's outstanding? What needs to be done?
This one permit at mechanical HVAC, it's the only one that's
What's-
still,
24 or the 16th?
24080117.
Okay, and there's applications in?
It still shows expired, so
Did it expire quite a while ago?
yes.
How long ago?
February 22nd, 2025.
Okay.
Over a year ago.
And it's for an AC?
Correct.
Okay, so there's an expired permit from February of last year for an AC. You're going to have to get the permit reissued and have the AC inspected. The AC, I'm sure, is already there. So you
Right.
have to get the work inspected. They'll have to sign off on it. Why hasn't anything been done? This started in September of last year. Maybe there was stuff done. They complied some of these, right?
They comply some of this, yes.
All right. How much time do you need?
Passed away, because if you have a power of attorney from the property owner,
Well, it's my father. So it's my mother and my father. So my mom couldn't make it. So
oh, okay.
yeah,
How much time do you need?
60 days.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's,
56.
all right, 63 days. You're going to have to, well, I'm sorry, you want 60 days? I'm trying to think about whether we do an order to reappear, because if I do 63 days, there's no hearing to do that. So I could either push it out to 91 days and have him come back, or if you don't want to do an order to reappear.
Severian, does he need to reappear?
I mean, they seem a bit baffled by the whole process, and I'm kind of thinking, I mean, hopefully, I know someone's passed away. She'll get on this and deal with it and get it taken care of. I'm trying to decide whether you want him to come back or not.
I'm hoping that they will comply by then, so.
All right.
I don't mind coming back just to make sure everything's squared
All right,
away.
91 days to come into compliance. There'll be a fine of $50 a day. Otherwise, there'll be an order to reappear on on July 16th. If you're in compliance, you don't have to come back. But he has fines? Okay, so you'll be
what
back.
are the fines again? I'm sorry.
You have existing fines.
$4,500, right?
Okay.
But they'll be, the magistrate's stopping them as of today.
Okay.
And I
Right.
would suggest definitely speaking to the inspector, so you can
Okay.
Understand,
understand how to
right.
get that last one in compliance.
Okay.
All right,
you so
thank you.
much.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 11. Senior Inspector Jorge Martinez. Property address, is 4571 Northwest 10th Ave. Owner, Fernando Durand. Case number BE 251000278. Notice posted at the property on 2/9/26. Notice posted at 1 East Borough Boulevard on 4/2/26.
State your name for the record, please.
Fernando Duran, property owner.
Okay, thank you.
Building Inspector Martinez for the city, presenting case and number and address as read. Permits were left to expire as stated in today's agenda, and as of 4/15/2026 remain expired. The city is asking for the owner to come into compliance within the next 91 days or a fine of $50 a day thereafter.
Yes, sir.
This permit was opened by a licensed electrical contractor, not by me. No electrical work was ever performed under this permit. The issue that led to the emergency permit turned out to be incompatible bulbs with a dimmer, not an electrical problem. Because of that, the work was never needed and the permit was never used. The contractor did not return to perform any work and the permit was effectively abandoned. I attempted to resolve this with the city by requesting the permit be voided, which the notice itself indicates is appropriate when no work has been performed. However, I was told I must either obtain the contractor's signature or submit a notarized statement.
I'm sorry, can you back up? Give me the last couple sentences again. I missed that. I mean, you basically said you asked to have it voided, and what happened after that?
Yeah.
There's certain city requirements, Your Honor, for a property, for a permit to be voided. That's
Right,
what
and I
he's
think he's going to
detailing.
read to me what he did when he found that out. So what
I
did
was
you
told
do?
I must either obtain the contractor's signature or submit a notarized statement, even though I did not open the permit and no work occurred. Given that no work was performed and the permit was not utilized, I'm respectfully requesting that the permit be administratively voided and the violation dismissed.
Well, I guess there is a process to void it, and they're asking to give a certified letter or notarize. What's your problem with that?
I already did one notary, and they said I had to do another notary afterwards.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll let you work out how you get it voided. There's a standard process. And I'll, 91 days, is that what you can work it out in 91 days? I think they're just looking for some paperwork to explain, and it's been certified. I'll let you talk to them about how it doesn't
It's a very
seem to
simple
be,
form online.
It doesn't seem to,
I did the online form already. That's the one
all
I
right,
got
here's what we're
notarized.
not going to do. It doesn't seem to me to be a particularly burdensome requirement placed on you. They want some paperwork submitted in the right form. And no, I'm not going back there about whether you did it right. Or it's your choice. You can either let it go and the final start, or you can get the paperwork submitted in the form that it needs to. If that's inconvenient, I understand that. That's your choice. But I'm going to find that the violation exists. The respondent will be given 91 days to come into compliance or face a fine of $50 a day.
Yeah, I do have a request, though.
Yeah, what's that?
I'd like to know the codified requirement that obligates the property owner to either obtain the contractor's signature or incur notarization costs under these circumstances. I would appreciate you could provide a specific code section or ordinance reference.
They will give it to you. Okay?
Also, I want to make sure no other issues come up because this has to do
All right,
with...
I'm dealing with one issue right here. So I'll let you talk to them. All of this can be handled outside the hearing.
Okay.
They'll talk to you about it. Thank you, sir.
Our next case is on page 25, Senior Inspector Jose Saragusti, property address 540 Southwest 28th Ave. Owner 540 Investments LLC. Case number BE 25010015. This case was first heard on 9/18/25 to comply by 1/15/26. One section not complied at $50. City is requesting to impose the full amount of $4,500, which continues to accrue.
Could you state your name for the record?
My name is Donald Anderson, Senior Property Manager for Investments Limited.
Okay, thank you.
Building Inspector Andrew Gebbia, presenting this case for Senior Building Inspector Jose Saragusti. This case is not complied. I will let the respondent speak.
Yes.
Yeah, we have everything's been approved at the city except one plumbing letter. We're waiting for approval. But
One plumbing what? Permit or letter?
The plumbing letter.
Letter?
Sent from our engineer to the.
Okay.
And that's the only thing left for it to be complied. Everything else has
How
been
much
complied.
time do you need?
I think we talked about 63 days.
City opposed?
No.
Okay,
63
all right,
days
extend the
works.
time for 63 days. That would be June 18th, 2026. I'll suspend the fines during that period of time, but I'll note for the records, there's existing fines that'll have to be dealt with after you come into compliance.
Okay.
Got
The
it.
fine's still accruing as of today still?
Yeah, they'll be suspended. The fine will be suspended during this period of time. It's,
Okay.
But when you come into compliance, you're going to have to deal with the existing
Okay,
ones.
okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, sir, you don't have a power of attorney as well? Yes. Did you sign in? Can you go back there and give them the address that you signed in for? Your Honor, these two gentlemen here, they represent Holy Cross Hospital, but unfortunately they don't have a power of attorney. So I'm going to just go ahead and read the case in so that we can, so they can get the status of it before they leave.
Okay. What case, what page is it on?
Page 6 at the bottom. Senior Inspector Jose Saragusti, property address 4725 North Federal Highway. Owner, Holy Cross Hospital, Inc. Attention Legal Affairs. Case number BE 26010027. Notice posted at the property on 2/18/26. Posted at 1 East Royal Boulevard on 4/2/26.
Building Inspector Andrew Gebbia, presenting this case for Senior Building Inspector Jose Saragusti, presenting case as read. This property was cited for expired permits under Florida Building Code 2023, 105.3.2.1. There's a fire alarm system upgrade. This case was opened on January 6, 2026, and notice of hearing was posted on February 18, 2026. We are asking the magistrate to find that the violations exist and to grant the owner of the property 63 days to come into compliance or a fine of $200 a day.
And you're asking for $200 a day because it's a fire
Yes.
code violation?
Yes, life safety issue.
Okay, I'll find that there's notice. The property was posted. It says on the agenda, I'll accept that as notice. The respondent will be given 63 days to come into compliance, would be June 18th, 2026, or face a fine of $200 a day. All right, thank you, folks.
Sir, just to let you know, we did call your case earlier. I don't know what happened. Yes. Property address 3309 Northeast 33rd Street. Owner, Second Risk Holdings, LLC. Case number BE 25050048. This case was first heard on 12/18/25 to comply by 4/16/26. Two sections not complied at $50.
You state your name for the record, please.
Avi Devere.
And your relationship to Second Risk Holdings is?
I'm the owner.
The owner.
Inspector Martinez, on behalf of the city, case number and address as read. This case is not in compliance yet. I'm going to let the respondent speak.
The tenants are moving out by the end of this month. They didn't allow me to do any work, and I didn't want to cause any problems. The moment they move out, I will remove everything that they built without a permit, and we're going to go back to compliance.
So basically, you didn't do an eviction. You're going to rely on them to actually move.
They're moving out. I checked yesterday, and half of their stuff is gone. The lease is up by the end of the month.
How much time do you need?
Until the next time, like 90 days.
The city will not post to a 91-day extension.
All right,
and in order to reappear.
I'll extend the time 91 days. That would be until July 16th. There'll be an order to reappear if necessary, if you're not in compliance. And what was the, there's an existing fine, right? Okay. All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And sir, what case are you, do you have the same, oh, go ahead. You were waiting for a power of attorney? Were you waiting? Oh, what's the address of the case that you're here for?
We can do the case so he can hear what happens.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find the page.
Okay.
Yeah, 1200 Southwest 12th Street? 16th Street. 62nd Street, okay. 1200 Southwest 62nd Street? Oh, I see it, bottom of page 2. Bottom of page 2, Inspector Andrew Gebbia, property address 1200 Northwest 62nd Street. Owner 1200 West Cypress Creek Property LLC. Case number BE 25120086. Notice posted at the property on 2/18/26. Posted at 1 East Royal Boulevard on 4/2/26.
Andrew Gebbia, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. This property was cited for violation of the Florida Building Code 2023. 105.1, work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to the guard booth and metal rolling gates, also a CMU wall. on the circumference of the property. This case was opened on 12/10/2025. The inspection report was mailed on 12/11/2025. Special magistrate hearing was scheduled on 1/22/2026. I arrived at this property on the morning of 12/10/2025 regarding a CMU wall constructed without a permit. The application was submitted, but it was not issued yet. I issued a stop work order. They stopped. Then the permit was issued. They continued working, but there is also a permit that's has not been issued for the metal rolling gates installed for the entrance of the parking lot where the guard booth is going to be built. There is a permit submitted. It's not yet issued. And there's an electrical sub-permit that is going along with that permit as well. The city is requesting the magistrate to find that the violations exist and to grant the property owner 91 days to come into compliance or $50 a day thereafter.
You want an order to reappear?
No, I don't think that's necessary.
All right, I'm going to find that there's notice. The property was posted. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. I'll find that the violation exists. The respondent will be given until July 16th to come into compliance. What was the recommended fine amount?
$50 a day.
$50 a day.
Yeah. One of the permits is issued already, and this one they're waiting for. So.
All right. Thank you. All right, let me ask, you guys want to take a break? Anybody want to take a break? Or you
No,
want to keep...
I'd rather to keep going, please.
All right, let's keep going.
Okay. I did. Page 1 at the bottom. Property address 1752 Lauderdale Manor Drive. Owner Melanie Michelle Garcia. Case number BE 25110080. I'm sorry, Senior Inspector Alexander Boris. Jorge Martinez, right? Okay. Notice posted at the property on 2/9/26. Posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 4/2/26.
Inspector Martinez for Alexander Albores, presenting case number and address as read, that require inspections related to permit BLD RALT 2411-0547 were not completed and the permit was left to expire. The city is requesting for the magistrate to find that the violations exist and to grant the property owner 126 days to come into compliance or a fine of $50 per day thereafter.
All right, I'm going to find that there's notice. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. The violation exists. The respondent will be given 126 days, August 20th, to come into compliance or face a fine of $100 a day. Okay, I'm going to let the police officer go. Everybody okay? I mean, they've left, so you can stay if you want, obviously. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate you for being here.
Moving on to page 2, Inspector Andrew Gebbia, property address 416 Southwest 11th Court. Owner Mariah Roloffs, case number BE 25110028. Notice posted at the property on 2/13/26, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 4/2/26.
Andrew Gebbia, Building Inspector for the City, presenting case and address read. There are expired permits related to this property as stated in today's agenda. This case is not complied. The city is requesting the magistrate to find that the violations exist and to grant the property owner 91 days to come into compliance or $100 a day fine thereafter.
All right, I'll find that there's notice. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. If the violations exist, the respondent will be given 91 days to come into compliance or face a fine. I'm sorry, you say $100 a day?
$100.
$100 a day.
Page 3, property address 1621 Northwest 18th Ave. Owner Carolyn Terry, homestead exempted. Felicia C. Holloway, homestead exempted, and all others. Case number BE 25110143. Notice posted at the property on 2/9/26, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 4/2/26.
Andrew Gebbia, Building Inspector for the City, presenting case and address as read. There are expired permits related to this property as stated in today's agenda. This case is not complied. The city is requesting the magistrate to find that the violations exist and to grant the property owner 126 days to come into compliance or a $50 a day fine thereafter.
All right, I'll find that there's notice. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. If the violation exists, the respondent will be given until August 20th to come into compliance or face a fine of $50 a day.
Property address 2200 South Ocean Lane, 210. Case number BE 25110-137. Owner Richmond Italia. Notice posted at the property on 3/23/26. Posted at 1 East Road Boulevard on 4/2/26.
Andrew Gebbia, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. There are expired permits related to this property as stated in today's agenda. This case is not complied. The city is requesting the magistrate to find that the violations exist and grant the property owner 126 days to come into compliance or $50 a day thereafter.
I'll find that there's notice, sworn testimony of the city's uncontested that the violations exist. The respondent will be given 126 days till August 20th to come into compliance or face a fine of $50 a day.
Property address 2895 Northeast 26th Court. Case number BE 25120-158. Owner Martin Paul Vasquez. Notice posted at the property on 3/18/26. Posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 4/2/26.
Andrew Gebbia, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. This property was cited for violation on the Florida Building Code 2023 105.1. Work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to: an outdoor kitchen and tiki chicky hut. This case was opened on 12/22/2025. The inspection report was mailed on 12/23/2025, and the special magistrate was scheduled on 1/29/2026. I met with the owner of the property, Martin. He showed me the tiki chicky hut, and it is built by the Indians, so he's working to have that legalized and permitted for the zoning. And I also advised him that he needs a permit for his outdoor kitchen that's built underneath it. There is electrical outlets in the kitchen, and there's a ceiling fan in the tiki hut, so he's got to get a permit for that. Also plumbing in the sink. He does have permits submitted for everything. The city is requesting that the violations exist and to grant the property owner 126 days to come into compliance or $50 a day thereafter.
I'm just curious, if the Seminoles build a tiki hut, do they need to get a permit?
Not for the structure, but for the location they do.
Okay, that's interesting.
And in this case as well, he's got to do the electric as well.
No, I
So
understand
it's-
that. I understand
yeah.
stuff that was well beyond what the Seminoles were going to do. I just was curious how.
Yeah.
Huh,
I
interesting.
mean, technically, these are referred to as cheeky rather than tiki by definition, and they're not allowed to have any plumbing or electrical for them to meet that definition.
Okay.
So if they meet that criteria, they're exempt from Florida Building Code, but they are not exempt from our zoning code.
Yeah. Okay, great.
I think in this case it would just be a tiki hut, because they have electric in it, and there's a.
And at that point,
Yeah.
they would be required to meet the Florida Building Code.
Right.
Okay, great. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right, I'm going to find that there's notice, sworn testimony of the city's uncontested. The respondent will be given 126 days to come into compliance, which would be August 20th, or face a fine of $50 a day.
Moving on to page 4, Senior Inspector Jose Saragusti. Property address 1000 Southwest 12th Street. Owner Rio Nuevo B Condo Association, Inc. Case number BE 2603-0223. Notice posted at the property on 4/1/26. Posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 4/2/26.
Okay. This is page 4, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So, Building Inspector Andrew Gebbia, hold on, I lost my train of thought. I'm reading this case for Senior Building Inspector Jose Saragusti on behalf of the city, presenting case and address as read. This property was cited for work without permit under Florida Building Code 2023, Section 105.1, for plumbing work and structural work, which is drywall. This case was opened up on March 30th, 2026, and the notice of hearing was posted at the property on March 30th. We are asking the magistrate to find that the violations exist and to grant the property owner 91 days to come into compliance or $200 a day thereafter.
Has anybody heard from the property owner?
He has been in contact with the management office, and I think he has another case that preceded this case. So yes, according to his notes, yes.
Okay, and I'm sorry, what was the recommended time?
The time was 91 days, and the fine was $200 a day.
All right, I'm going to find that there's notice property was posted. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. The respondent will be given 91 days till July 16th to come into compliance or face a fine of $200 a day.
Moving on to page 5, property address 2608 Middle River Drive, 1-2, owner Romani Malco Jr., case number BE 2512-0011. Notice posted at the property on 3/23/26, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 4/2/26.
Building Inspector Andrew Gebbia presenting this case for Senior Building Inspector Jose Saragusi on the behalf of the city, presenting case and address as read. This property was cited for expired permits under Florida Building Code 105.3.2.1. BLD-FEN is a fence permit with 62 feet, aluminum fence with 6-foot gates. This case was opened on December 1st, 2025. The inspection report was mailed on December 3rd, 2025. Notice of hearing was posted at the property on January 22nd, 2026. This permit remains expired. We are asking the magistrate to find that the violations exist and to grant the property owner 91 days to come into compliance or $50 a day thereafter.
All right, I'll find that there's notice. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violation exists. The respondent will be given 91 days till July 16th to come into compliance or face fine of $50 a day.
Page 6, property address 3381 Southwest 11th Ave B, owner David William Hunter Jr., case number BE 25110186. Notice posted at the property on 3/12/26, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 4/2/26.
Building Inspector Andrew Gebbia presenting this case for Senior Building Inspector Jose Saragusi. This property was cited for expired permits under Florida Building Code 2023, 105.3.2.1. There is a cell tower that the permit has expired on it. This case has been opened on December 1st, 2025. The inspection report was mailed on December 3rd, 2025. The notice of hearing was posted at the property on January 22nd, 2026. This permit has been expired since 8/25/2025, and we're asking the special magistrate to find that this violations exist and to grant the property owner 91 days to come into compliance or $100 a day thereafter.
All right, I'll find that there's notice. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violation exists. The respondent will be given until July 16th to come into compliance or face fine of $100 a day.
Moving on to page 7, property address, nope, we're done with that
I
one.
think we did that.
Page 8, we're done. Page 9 at the top, Senior Inspector Jorge Martinez, property address 110 Southwest 30th Ave, owner Ricky E. Williams, case number BE 25100236. Notice posted at the property on 2/13/26, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 4/2/26.
Building Inspector Martinez for the city, presenting case number and address as read. Permits were left to expire as stated in today's agenda, and as of 4/15/26 remain expired. The city is asking for the owner to come into compliance within the next 91 days or a fine of $50 per day thereafter.
All right, I'll find that there's notice. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violation exists. The respondent will be given until July 16th to come into compliance or face fine of $50 a day.
Page 10 at the top, property address 1000 Southeast 4th Street, 319, owner Martha J. Hay, case number BE 25090027. Notice posted at the property on 3/26/26, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 4/2/26.
Inspector Martinez, on behalf of the city, presenting case as read. This property was cited for violation 9-280B. There are building parts which are deteriorated and not maintained. Interior walls are in disrepair. The city will request 126 days to comply or a fine of $50 a day thereafter.
All right, I'll find that there's notice. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violation exists. The respondent will be given till August 20th to come into compliance or face a fine of $50 a day.
Property address 2678 Gulfstream Lane, owner Clear Sales Properties LLC, case number BE 25100237. Notice posted at the property on 2/9/26, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 4/2/26.
Building Inspector Martinez for the city, presenting case number and address as read. Permits were left to expire as stated in today's agenda, and as of 4/15/26 remain expired. The city is asking for the owner to come into compliance within the next 91 days or a fine of $50 per day thereafter.
I'll find that there's notice, sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violation exists. The respondent will be given 91 days until July 16th to come into compliance or face a fine of $50 a day.
Page 11 at the top, property address 3324 Northeast 39th Street. Case number BE 25110127. Owner Elton Carrage and Loliana Carrage Fam Trust. Notice posted at the property on 3/23/26, posted at 1 East Royal Boulevard on 4/2/26.
Inspector Martinez, on behalf of the city, presenting case as read. This property was cited for violation of the FBC 2023-111.1.1. Properties being occupied without the required certificate of occupancy. The city will request 126 days to comply or a fine of $50 a day thereafter.
All right, I'll find that there's notice, sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violation exists. The respondent will be given until August 20th to come into compliance or face a fine of $50 a day.
At the bottom of page 11, property address 4600 Northeast 23rd Ave. Case number BE 25090039. Owner Reginald Don Whittington Jr., Sherry Ann Whittington. Notice posted at the property on 3/2/26, posted at 1 East Royal Boulevard on 4/2/26.
Building Inspector Martinez for the city, presenting case number and address as read. Permits were left to expire as stated in today's agenda, and as of 4/15/2026 remain expired. The city is asking for the owner to come into compliance within the next 91 days or a fine of $50 per day thereafter.
I'll find that there's notice, sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violation exists. The respondent will be given 91 days, which would be July 16th, to come into compliance or face a fine of $50 a day.
Moving on to page 12, Inspector Severian Onescu, property address 27 South Gordon Road. Case number BE 25110063. Owner Stacy L. and Michael J. Alborek. Notice posted at the property on 2/13/26, posted at 1 East Royal Boulevard on 4/2/26.
Severian Onescu, Building Inspector for the city. This case is for an expired permit. The case is not complied. The city is requesting the magistrate to find the violation exists and to grant the property owner 126 days and $50 thereafter.
All right, I'll find that there's notice, sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violation exists. The respondent will be given until August 20th to come into compliance or face a fine of $50 a day.
Moving on to page 13 at the top.
Yeah, 13.
Property, no, we did that one,
No,
right?
this was ordered.
Did we?
Okay.
I don't have that. Really? Yeah.
16, property address 540 Northeast 11th Ave. Owner 540 Northeast 11 Group, LLC. Case number BE 25110003. Notice posted at the property on 3/2/26, posted at 1 East Royal Boulevard on 4/2/26.
Preston Mark, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. This case relates to expired permits. The case is not in compliance. The city is requesting 128 days to come in compliance or a fine of $50 a day thereafter.
All right, I'll find that there's notice, sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violation exists. The respondent will be given 126 days or August 20th to come into compliance or face a fine of $50 a day.
Property address 700 Southeast 3rd Ave. Case number BE 25110136. Owner AIDS Healthcare Foundation, Inc. Notice delivered via personal service on 3/26/26. Notice posted at 1 East Royal Boulevard on 4/2/26.
Preston Mark, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. There are expired permits related to this property. Case is not in compliance. The city is requesting 126 days to come in compliance and a fine of $50 a day thereafter.
All right, I'll find that there's notice, there was personal service, sworn testimony of the city's uncontested, the violation exists. The respondent will be given until August 20th to come into compliance or face a fine of $50 a day.
Moving on to page 17, property address 1212 East Royal Boulevard. Owner BR Property 18 LLC. Case number BE 25110041. Notice posted at the property on 32326, posted at 1 East Royal Boulevard on 4226.
Preston Mark, Building Inspector for the city, presenting a case and address is read. There are expired permits related to this property. The case is not in compliance. The city is requesting 126 days to come in compliance and a fine of $50 a day thereafter.
All right, I'll find that there's notice, sworn testimony of the city's uncontested that the violation exists. The respondent will be given 126 days to August 20th to come into compliance or face fine of $50 a day.
Moving on to page 18, property address 1701 Northeast 6th Street, case number BE 25110175, owner Alicia Marie and James Karras. Notice posted at the property on 32426, posted at 1 East Royal Boulevard on 4226.
Preston Mark, Building Inspector with the city, presenting case and address is read. There are expired permits related to this property. The case is not in compliance. The city is requesting 126 days to come in compliance and a fine of $50 a day thereafter.
All right, I'll find that there's notice, sworn testimony of the city's uncontested that the violation exists. The respondent will be given 126 days to come into compliance, which is August 20th, or face a fine of $50 a day.
Moving on to page 20.
What about 1701?
What page is that?
18? Bottom or middle?
Middle.
I have
That's
that
the one
as
I
done.
just did.
We just did it.
Oh, 1644 we did? Okay, all right.
You're
Hey.
okay with the time frame okay.
Page 20, Inspector Andrew Gebbia, property address 2172 Northeast 62nd Street, owner Tatiana Mendez, Roger Cena Silva, homestead exempted, case number BE 25010080. This case was first heard on 7/17/25 to comply by 10/16/25. Fine suspended as noted. One section complied at $50. Total accrued fines $4,500. The city is requesting to reduce to administrative costs of $998.
Andrew Gebbia, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case and address is read. This case is complied. The city is requesting the fines be reduced to the administrative costs of $998.
All right, I'll find that there's notice. I'll sign the properties in compliance are reduced the fine to administrative costs, which is $998.
Okay, moving on to page 21, property address 518 Northwest 13th Ave, owner Terra Nova Investments North America LLC, case number BE 25070079. This case was first heard on 11/20/25 to comply by 11/30/25. One section not complied at $100. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $13,600, which continues to accrue.
How was notice provided for this?
Well, certified.
Okay, you got the green card back?
We don't get that anymore. Everything is electronic.
And you posted the property?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll find that there's notice. Sworn testimony of the city's uncontested. The order hasn't been complied with. I'll certify the fine.
And the notices are also posted at City Hall.
Okay.
Well,
In each case, if there isn't, I need, for these imposition of fines, I just need you to tell me what. I don't see it.
Means they got service.
What's it? Say it again?
The little S next to it is the service.
Yeah, and just let me know. Just let me know what it is, if it's posting or whatever.
It's both. We certify.
Okay. Okay. And where's the S? Oh, next to the
yeah, right next to the case number. Yeah.
All right, got it. Thank you.
Page 21, 518 Northwest 13th Ave. That's one we just did, correct?
We just did that.
Okay. Oh, I just pulled up Preston. Page 22, property address 701 Carolina Ave. Owner, Yerra E. Acevedo Nicholas. Case number BE 25020296. This case was first heard on 9/18/25 to comply by 1/15/26. One section not complied at $50. Total accrued fines. The city is requesting to impose fines of $4,500, which continues to accrue.
All right, I find that there's notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County. Sworn testimony of the city's uncontested. The order hasn't been complied with. I'll certify the fine.
At the bottom of page 22, property address 2572 Northeast 26th Street, owner JPV Home Solutions LLC, case number BE 25030106. This case was first heard on 9/18/25 to comply by 1/15/26. One section not complied at $50. City is requesting to impose the full amount of $4,500, which continues to accrue.
All right, I'll find that there's notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the order has been complied with. Impose the fine.
Moving on to the bottom of page 24, property address 1649 Northeast 8th Ave, owner Leron Alon, case number BE 24120001. This case was first heard on 9/18/25 to comply by 1/15/26. One section complied at $50. City is requesting to impose the full amount of $950.
I will find that there's notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the order has been complied with. I'll impose the fine.
Page 25 at the top, property address 2346 Southwest 17th Ave, 1-2, case number BE 24070005, owner Luis Ramos Guet. This case was first heard on 5/15/25 to comply by 9/18/25. Fine suspended is noted. One section complied at $50. Total accrued fine $7,650. The city is requesting to reduce fines to $500.
All right, I'll find there's notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County. Sworn testimony of the city is, it's in compliance then, right?
Yes.
That it's in compliance, I'll reduce the fine, existing fine to $500.
Okay. Page 25 in the middle, property address 244 Southwest 23rd Street, owner Victor Alejandro Bonnet, case number BE 24070155. This case was first heard on 7/17/25 to comply by 11/20/25. Fine suspended is noted. One section not complied at $50. Total accrued fines $4,550. The city is requesting to reduce to administrative costs of $1,227.
All right, I'll find that there's notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County. Sworn testimony of the city is that its property is in compliance. They're requesting that the fine amount be reduced to administrative cost of $1,227, and it's so ordered.
Page 26 at the top, property address 609 Southwest 20th Street, owner 7986 LLC, case number BE 25020034. This case was first heard on 9/18/25 to comply by 1/15/26. One section not complied at $50. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $4,500, which continues to accrue.
All right, I'll find that there's notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. The order has been complied with. I'll impose the fine.
Page 27, property address 1345 Southwest 26th Ave, owner Jessica Afaro, case number BE 25020249. This case was first heard on 9/18/25 to comply by 1/15/26. One section not complied at $50. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $4,500, which continues to accrue.
I find that there's notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. The order has been complied with. I'll impose the fine.
The bottom of page 28, property address 635 Northwest 14th Ave, owner SME Investment Group LLC, case number BE 24110126. This case was first heard on 8/21/25 to comply by 1/15/26. One section not complied at $50. The city is requested to impose the full amount of $4,500, which continues to accrue.
All right, I'll find that there's notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. The order has been complied with. I will impose the fine.
Page 29 in the middle, property address 1431 North Federal Highway, owner Rang 1431 LLC, case number BE 25020243. This case was first heard on 9/18/25 to comply by 12/18/25. One section not complied at $100. Total accrued fines $11,000. City is requesting to reduce to administrative costs of $1,074.
I'll find there's notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the order is complied with, but there's an existing fine which they're requesting be reduced to $1,074, and so ordered.
Page 30 at the top, Property address 1628 Northeast 7th Ave. Owner WBRD Services LLC. Case number BE 231-00226. This case was first heard on 7/18/24 to comply by 9/19/24. Fines are suspended as noted. One section not complied at $50. City is requesting to impose the full amount of $15,100, which continues to accrue.
I find there's notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. If the order has been complied with, I'll impose the fine.
Property address 1800 Northwest 7th Ave. Owner Gannett Wills. Case number BE 240300146. This case was first heard on 9/19/24 to comply by 12/19/24. Fines are suspended as noted. One section not complied at $50. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $15,050, which continues to accrue.
I'll find that there's notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. The order hasn't been complied with. I will impose the fine.
Okay. Property address 2125 Bayview Drive. Owner Robin Goodwin. Case number BE 250500152. This case was first heard on 11/20/25 to comply by 3/17/26. One section not complied at $50. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $14,050.
Preston Magwood, inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. This case is not in compliance. The contractor did attend, but he had to leave due to an emergency. The assistant building official did speak with him, and there is an issue concerning a setback that they're trying to resolve. Once they get this resolved, there are several permits in process right now, and we would like to give them an extension of 93 days to come in compliance. 91 days, sorry, to come in compliance and state of fines.
Do you want an order to reappear after the 91 days?
No.
All right. I'll find that there's notice. I'll accept the recommendation of the city to extend the time for compliance 91 days, which would be July 16th, 2028. I'll suspend the fines during that period of time.
Thank you.
Page 32 at the bottom, property address 109 Northeast 12th Ave. Case number BE 2509-0135. Owner Robert J. Lieberman. This case was first heard on 3/17/26 to comply by 4/16/26. One section not complied at $100. This case was ordered to reappear. Oh, Andrew, do you have this case for Jose? 109 Northeast 12th Ave. Massey? It was an order.
No, it hasn't been heard yet.
Oh, okay.
I don't think. It hasn't been heard, right?
Yeah, it's been heard.
109 Northeast 12th Ave.
317.
Got it.
I mean, they were ordered to reappear and they didn't show up.
Okay, so this is the fence pool.
The pool barrier, yes.
So we were done or something?
It's okay.
Okay. Andrew Gebbia, building inspector, presenting this case for Jose Saragusti, senior building inspector for the city, updating case number as read. This case is not complied. This case should be brought back as a Massey for the life safety issue. The respondent is not here to speak.
When can we bring it back?
Andrew, has there been any communication?
He states no. He doesn't state it in here, but the permits are in process.
I'm sorry. Okay, I forgot that you were representing Jose. Okay.
And no, but he doesn't want an extension, but they're not here to give an extension anyway, so. And this permit's been expired since 9/17/2025. The permit is originally from 2004.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to make a site visit because this is pretty important and make sure to make contact with the owner. Something's odd that they would, wait
Right.
20 years. Has got to
You
be.
want to just continue the case?
No, let's set it for Massey.
Yeah.
I would
All right.
agree.
All right. So actually, there's nothing for me to do today.
Yeah.
You'll set it for Massey.
Yeah.
Right.
And then they can either appear
Yeah.
or not.
Right.
Okay. Sounds good.
Your Honor, all the cases listed on page 33 we would like to have entered into the record as closed or withdrawn.
So ordered.
Thank you. And this concludes our April 16, 2026 Special Magistrate hearing for the Building Division.
All right. Thank you, folks. Thanks
Thank
for your
you.
help.